Boys in the back. Boys.
What is good? We are back with another episode of Boys in the Back, this time Thursday, September 18th. Beautiful day here in New York City. I am 1/3 of the Boys in the Back, Connor Burks, joined alongside me, as always, the man, the myth, the legend, the man your grandfather tells you stories about.
Does that make Ariel the grandfather? Because he always tells the stories about me trudging through the snow and doing 17 jobs.
Trudging through the snow, uphill both ways, 17 jobs, sending emails. The riskiest email that's ever been sent in the history of emails. A gun was to his head. If this man doesn't answer, he dies.
Oh,
Mr. New York Rick.
Thank
Eric
you,
Jackman. Frankie, the final third. The last
best third
piece of the pie.
more like.
Mr. Mysterious Frank, how we doing back there?
I am the piece of pie that everybody looks forward to having. Extra crispy.
Shrimp cocktail?
Shrimp cocktail. There you go.
I'm really enjoying the confidence from Frank. We usually don't get him coming out this hot.
You know, I think he feels a little self-conscious. Earlier, he was asking you to do a mic check, and he kind of just mumbled a few words, and then I gave him the old, now you know how we feel. We tee him up with these great, hey, Frankie, how we doing, man?
Yeah,
Like, good. Okay, all right.
Well, he brought it today.
He brought it today. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. No big MMA or boxing this weekend. There's a KSW card. There's an Octagon card, but no UFC, no major boxing. We don't have it like we had it last week with Canelo Crawford and Noche UFC. That is for sure. But there's still quite a bit to talk about. And we'll start with no UFC this weekend, but what could potentially be the biggest UFC card in history next year in June of 2026, and that taking place at the White House.
Yeah, we've heard some, I don't want to say significant, but we've heard some things that make me think that this is starting to take shape.
Okay, so I'll say right off rip, I was like the number one hater on this.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, man, ain't happening.
Not a hater, doubter.
I severely doubted it. But I mean, we're now like, what, 3 months since this was originally mentioned?
Yeah, something like that.
Like at least 2 months since this was originally mentioned by Dana White. Now he's had real meetings with Donald Trump at the White House with actual plans behind them, bringing Kayla Harrison, an American champion, to the White House as well. Like it is really, really starting to feel real. Obviously, Dana White has mentioned it himself. Like we're still 5 months away from February where they would even start to begin planning this card. So like who actually is going to be on the card? We don't know, but names are starting to float around. We heard earlier this month from Conor McGregor, who says this is his card. This is his card to be on. We have a video of that. Let's take a look.
Both. UFC's coming to the White House. Are you excited about this? I mean, have you thought about it? I mean, it's a pretty cool
I'm
thing.
ecstatic the Mac is back. And what better event than to grace the White House lawn for a straightener? What I do best. I'm very, very excited, very eager, very motivated. Bring it on, baby.
Do you think that's when you maybe come back? I mean, what about come back for you as far as fighting?
I'm very happy. I'm very happy that it's June. It was on in July. Now it's a month earlier. Even better. Bring it to April. Why not? Let's celebrate the birthday early. I celebrate my birthday months in advance. So
we could potentially see maybe possibly White House Conor McGregor.
That's a definitely.
That's awesome.
For sure. That's my event.
That is
for sure.
I love the way he's talking there.
A lot to unpack there.
Also, I celebrate my birthday months early.
Yeah.
Months in advance.
Also, let's just move, it's not like it was just like, we're doing this because it's like Dustin Poirier's retirement. We're doing this because it's the independence of the nation. There's a significant reason why that event is happening in that time frame, and he's just like, nah, fuck it, do it 2 months early,
do it
whatever.
in April.
Yeah, do it in April.
No, I think they're going to do it as close as they can possibly do it, because obviously DC is going to be a madhouse come July 4th, 2026. Obviously, the 250th anniversary of the nation's independence. But yeah,
it seems very certain.
Which gives me a little bit of confidence.
Yeah.
He has seemed certain before on many things and has mentioned many different fights. We've heard many names to the point where he was announced for UFC 303, I believe it was last year, International Fight Week. Michael Chandler, Conor McGregor, he ends up having to pull out due to injury. So him saying a definite doesn't give me like, oh, he'll be on it. He'll be on it. Like there's no doubt. But him being like, probably McGregor on the White House card, and he says, not definite. It's my card.
We are not at the point where we can say definitively that Conor McGregor is going to do anything at this point in his career. Like we're past that point where we can just go, he says it's going to happen, it will happen. There used to be a time many, many moons ago where this man would say something and it meant something and it would definitively happen. I am confident that if he is healthy, he will fight on this card. He is mentioning it. We'll get to it later. Dana White is mentioning it. And if you are Conor McGregor and this opportunity, this moment, this magnitude, this stage is not the thing that would get you up and make you want to fight anymore, there's nothing. There is nothing else left.
Go back to Noche UFC in 2024 at the Sphere. The amount of people, fighters that were like, I want to fight on this because it's UFC at the Sphere. How much Sugar Sean and Marab talked about how much of an honor it was for them to be headlining the Sphere show. And
One
Dana,
time only, limited.
And I was gonna say, Dana the entire time was like, nah, man, this is one and done. Like, I know we're in Vegas. I know it's the fight capital of the world. I know that's where the Sphere's at. This is one and done, man. We're not doing another one of these. This is massive production. Same thing for this. He's said in multiple interviews, people in jest being like, oh, you're not going to do this more than once? He's like, no, man, this is it. You got one shot at this thing. And, even if it goes well, there's no chance of this happening again. It's a very, very monumentous, special occasion. So I agree with you. If this doesn't get you out of bed, if this doesn't get you training, if this doesn't get you back, there is nothing that will.
Yeah.
Like, compare this to what he was supposed to do last year, 303 at T-Mobile against Michael Chandler. This is two different universes.
Yeah, the only thing that might compare from a Conor McGregor personal perspective would be like Croke Park, right? It would be like, we're doing an event just for you at Croke Park. That might be the only thing that's comparable. As far as a global scale, this is going to be one of the biggest fights that's ever been put on, and it has to appeal to somebody like Conor McGregor.
McGregor says a lot of things. We don't have to, kind of take him with a grain of salt. But Dana White was on Impulsive this past week, and he had.
I was aware of that. I that crossed.
Few
my
things
radar.
came out from that. Good on Logan and Mike doing a great interview with Dana White, getting a lot out of him. But he had this to say about Conor's potential in the White House card.
I need people that I can seriously rely on for this one. People talk shit about Conor. I'm telling you, I've been in the fucking trenches with Conor. Conor is a guy that has fought injured. Conor is a guy that a fighter has fallen out and we slid in a stylistically bad matchup for him. He doesn't care. He literally will fight anybody.
But does he care enough to actually make a fight right now? Like, is he actually, when's the last time he fought? It's been,
he and I have been talking nonstop. And he's like, I'm dead serious. I want this. I'm training. I'm back in the pool. I'm doing all the shit. So we'll see. As we still got a long way to go. We still got a long way to go till February, till we start making this card. So we'll see how it plays out.
Like you mentioned there, we still have a long way to go till they even start planning it. But the fact that McGregor is calling him and he's dead serious and says that he's back in training. I love how he says he's back in the pool, as if that really means anything. But he says he's dead serious. So we now have Conor saying he's dead serious. We now have Dana confirming that he is dead serious. And I take this with a bit of seriousness because of how much he's just kind of brushing away John Jones, who's a massive superstar in his own right. He claims that he's the GOAT, and a lot of people agree with that he is one of the greatest fighters of all time, American as well. Probably the most famous American fighter right now, without a doubt, especially in the MMA, in the UFC, at least in MMA. So the fact that he's just kind of brushing him to the side, he's just like, nah, man, $1 billion to 1. Go ahead, I'll take $5 on that. I'll pay out $5 billion if he ends up fighting on the card. He's like, bro, it's not happening. But he's actually giving real, like, yeah, man, McGregor, it's looking like we're actually going to try and get this guy on the card.
No, you raise a great point. That is definitely evidence in the favor of some legitimacy being to this. Two other things I noticed. Dana's being a little bit cheeky there. The days of like, Conor McGregor will fight anybody and step in on short notice and this and that, those are the days I'm talking about. That's 10 years ago.
That was the
The part that also gives it more legitimacy, like you pointed out, the fact that he's shooting down John Jones and propping McGregor, is the fact that when McGregor was talking about his own comeback around the time that Roadhouse was kind of releasing, and he was like, I'm itching for a fight. I need a fight. I need a fight. I need a fight. Dana White's line at that time was, he's not quite ready yet. I haven't seen him in a serious camp. Dana kept doing the same thing he's kind of doing with Jones, which was like pushing it off, pushing it off, pushing it off, pushing it off. Now, sitting here many months out, he's going, no, Conor wants it and I want Conor. That is the difference between the last time when they couldn't align on kind of Conor coming back and the timing of that and getting into the pool and yada, 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 yada. Now he's like, Conor's calling me every day. He's talking about 10 years ago like it's yesterday. He's talking about, I want him on this card. It's going to be the biggest card. The things are aligning for this to become a reality if all the pieces are properly aligned come the time that it actually happens.
To become a reality and just like become one of the biggest spectacles we've ever seen. I want to play one more clip from Impulsive, and then we can kind of discuss the card more in detail. But
Sure.
Dana got real about what it could potentially look like when the fight card actually happens.
How do you decide the headliner?
You know, what I want to do is build, you know, the best card that we've ever built that just make people go crazy. It'll be live and free on CBS from the White House. Yeah.
Wow.
For the people.
Yeah.
Oh, this might be like one of the most viewed fights of all time then, in that case.
I mean, even people in other countries want to see. And the way that we're doing this thing, like let's say this is goofy, but this is the octagon, right? We're building this arch, almost like the St. Louis arch, like this. And the lighting grid will go above the octagon. So when we shoot this fight, right, this whole backdrop will be the White House. And then when the cameras move over and the fight's this way, it's all the Washington Monument, the monument on this side. Then there's a park that's sort of connected to the White House. And we'll have 85,000 people
On a big
there with big screens. And we're going to do concerts. We're going to do UFC X there. We're going to take over DC the whole week.
Wow.
Yeah.
The way he's describing it is incredible. Like if they actually are able to have the backdrop of the White House, because a major complaint from people about the Sphere was like once the fight actually started, it just kind of looked like your ho-hum regular UFC fight. So if they're able to have it in a way where you can see the White House on the broadcast while these guys are fighting. He mentioned the Washington Monument when like the thing went over, but like the Washington Monument is kind of far away from like I feel like it would be like this big on the actual television, but it would still be really special. And if I'm not mistaken, he like that is probably like the 15th or 20th time I've heard him refer to like there's this sort of like park by the White House. Yeah. I'm almost positive he's referring to the Washington Mall, which
I'm
is
100% sure he's talking about that.
Massive, massive park that holds the Washington Monument, the Lincoln Memorial. It has World War II. It's like it's lined with like the Smithsonian, the National Air and Space Museum. It is like one of the most famous parks in the world. And it's like there's sort of like this park connected nearby. It's like, oh, you mean the Washington Mall?
Yeah.
Like one of the biggest tourist destinations for people that come to Washington, D.C.
Dana White's DC geography is just not on point, let's just say. But the concept, what he laid out there is incredible. Like the thought of just, like, for one, because of how limited this event is going to be in terms of attendance and actual like people on the ground there, right? He's talking about potentially putting 85,000 people in the mall with screens around and being able to have people see it. But in terms of people that are actually going to be around the cage, it's very limited, if anybody, right? They've talked about 5,000, I think was the number of total people. Who knows how much of that is like crew, where they're positioned. If it is a clear visibility, if it is a clear sight line from that cage to the White House in the background, it's going to be an iconic thing. It's going to be a thing that wins Emmys. It's going to be a thing that like is memorable forever. There's going to be photos from that event that like we have photos of just like a yellow octagon for UFC 200 that people go like crazy over just because it looks different. When you look at the photos of that event and it's Conor McGregor and who knows who else standing next to each other and the White House is in the background of that cage, it's going to be something like pretty special.
Okay, so that's what else I wanted to get into. And it like kind of has me buzzing a little bit, like them talking about the potential of being on CBS.
Yeah.
Anybody can watch, and you have Conor McGregor on the card, and the card is at the White House.
Yeah.
It would undoubtedly be the biggest fight in UFC history.
100%. In MMA history period, for sure.
Just like not even close. Like I know Khabib, McGregor, the storyline, 2.4 million pay-per-view buys, whatever it was, this would blow it out of the water. Available on CBS, Conor McGregor fighting at the White House. Like the spectacle that would be. My parents would tune in. People that never watch this sport would be tuning in.
people who aren't even interested in fighting are going to be tuning in. Like when we talk about the biggest events in combat sports, we're always like, can it attract a casual audience, right? What we typically mean by can it attract a casual audience is like people who tune into fights irregularly, but like will tune into an occasional fight, or maybe like this is like one of the first few. This, to me, would probably have the opportunity to grab an audience that never watches fights, that has never seen a fight in their entire life, elderly, young, middle-aged, doesn't really matter. The idea that our country is placing a UFC fight inside a cage in front of the White House, on the lawn of the White House, would be a cultural event that really transcends fighting altogether. It would be something like we're looking at like kind of like a mock visual.
I promise you it won't look like this, but
no, nor would there be that many people just
nice,
kind of like sitting
mock-up.
around.
Yeah, I love how just like random people there. I think we have a couple more AI mock-ups. Oh yeah, there it is. This looks like maybe McGregor versus Max Holloway or something.
Shout out! It's almost like a point down. I see.
And then I think we did there. Me and you. This is AI's.
Sorry, me and you.
This is AI's best guess at me and you fighting at the UFC.
Who, me?
Looks good.
Which one is me?
What do you think? The one with the hair, bro.
I know, but like.
And then I'm the bald one. The bald jacked one.
Also, are we flyweights?
Also,
did we shrink?
They nailed shrink. We're bigger than the cage itself. We're twice the height. We're super heavyweights. Look at us, man. And we got the Venom shorts on.
Yeah, the octagon is looking awfully like a dog or child cage.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a dog park. That also like I love how like the UFC logo is like EPE. But yeah, shout out, man.
Also, I called it a child cage.
Yeah, we need to talk about that.
Playpen.
That's what I meant. You know,
playpen.
When my 2-year-old son, when we would put him in the playpen, I'd call it baby jail. Like I'm like, should I throw Logan in baby jail? So that's where.
So he's a convict, huh?
He has never escaped. Actually,
he's a baby convict.
One other thing that I think is crucial to this is him talking about placing like the video boards, 80,000 people watching in the mall. And they're going to do UFC X there. And it was supposed to be on the 4th of July, but now it's looking like it's going to take place in June just because of the sheer magnitude of the 250th anniversary and how much is going to be going on. I actually think that plays in their favor to kind of be like a part of like the month-long festivities or to like kick off the festivities for the 250th anniversary because there's a chance of getting lost in the mud if it's actually on July 4th.
Yeah.
Because there's just going to be so much going on. I think that the being in June helps them. And also having this like limited occupancy inside the White House lawn and then like 80K opens it up to fans to just come to be like, I just want to be in DC for the event. I just
100%.
want to be there. So all these people are just going to take over DC and it's just going to make the fight that much bigger.
Yeah, it's gonna be a massive event for that city. It's gonna be a massive event for the country. It's gonna be a massive event for television. There's a lot of implications here. But all signs are pointing to this thing moving forward like quickly. Like they're already planning, and they will have to due to the logistics. The card itself might not have full shape yet, but the planning for how they're going to be able to pull this off is already underway.
Oh yeah, and well in advance they're already having these meetings, and like it's just not something you can play with. Like doing something on the White House, like it has to be done so far in advance.
Even when Trump comes to, or somebody who's of political note comes to UFC events, even that is a production. Even that is like when we were media and Trump would be at the event, right? I'm recalling for me 244, I think was MSG for Nate versus Masvidal. Like there's 10 extra layers of security in terms of people patting you down and the bag checks and all this stuff. It is a whole production. Imagining what that would be like for the White House is going to be absolutely insane.
Dana broke down a little bit more what this could potentially look like with Shannon Sharp.
So the weigh-ins, everything that would normally happen at, say, Allegiant or the T-Mobile is going to take place at the White House.
Well, at certain monuments, you know, the Lincoln Monument, we might do the weigh-ins. We're going to take over the whole city, and then the fight will happen on the south lawn of the White House.
I know Secret Service is Dana. You could have said no and made it real easy on us because you don't understand what the protections that we're going to have to go through to make sure this thing is locked down. This has got to be Fort Knox.
So you know what's probably the most badass thing about, obviously everything about it is the fighters will actually walk from the Oval Office into the octagon.
Like, if this is for real, dude, if they're doing weigh-ins at the Lincoln Memorial, like in the lead up, and then who knows where they'll do like the press conference and everything, like say they do it somewhere on the Washington Mall as well, like just these historic monuments within Washington, D.C., it has a chance to be a spectacle like that I can't even really comprehend.
It is hard to like think about it now.
Like, bro, that will be making every national news outlet, like the breadth and the fact that if it is Conor McGregor, that is a name that everybody knows. My mom knows Conor McGregor. My grandma knows Conor McGregor. Everyone knows who that is. So
Bud Crawford knows Conor McGregor.
and Bud Crawford knows Cody Garbrandt, and that's it. Just like it'll make every national news and like the international of them being at the Lincoln Memorial, just like, oh yeah, they are 170 or whatever it's gonna be. Like, it's just like it's hard to comprehend. And then if they really walk out of the Oval Office, like, is one fighter going to be in the Oval Office and one fighter's going to be in the Lincoln bedroom, and like they're just going to make their way
They'll
through?
find their way through the hallways. Like, it'll be like the West Wing. They're walking down the hallways.
You're talking about hallowed grounds. Yeah, are the ring girls going to dress up as Secret Service agents? Like, we really need to start getting into the weeds of this. It really could get incredible. But like, they have an opportunity to make this like the biggest thing ever in combat sports.
It might be one of the biggest things in sports history. Like, just thinking, like, obviously the Olympic Games, right, kind of transcend because there are so many nations involved in it. But for a singular nation, this has got to be one of the biggest events that anybody could put on. And it is a little bit hard to fathom, not from the perspective that, like, it's hard to fathom wanting to do something like this, but it's hard to fathom that, like, our goofy little carny sport is the one that's doing it, as opposed to, like, hey, we wanted to do an NFL game on the mall. Like, we wanted to figure out how to do something crazy like that, or even on the lawn. Like, you kind of figure out something like that. It would have seemed like it would have been made for a larger sport, right? With a more domestic fan base and an international fan base, like football, for example. But it is kind of like incredible, the timing of this with Trump and his relationship with Dana White and his love for the UFC, that this is what's going to do it. And the eyes of the world are going to be on it.
The more we talk about it, the more I actually believe that Conor McGregor needs to be on this card because of the sheer magnitude of it, just because of how big of an event it is. Like, I've been to DC several times. My brother lives there. Like, the Lincoln Memorial is just a constant influx of thousands of people every single day. Like, these are massive, massive destinations with massive historical relevance. Like, this would be a huge deal to do things like this. And then obviously you get on the White House lawn as well. Like, you can't have just like a run-of-the-mill champion headlining the card.
It would be very weird in hindsight, as history reflects on this, to be like, wow, they really did it. And can you believe that Diego Lopez versus Yair Rodriguez was the, like, it would just be bizarre. It would just not feel right.
Pantoja versus Amir Al-Bazi headlines the UFC White House card. It's like, wait, what?
It just feels like it has to be Conor McGregor, John Jones, somebody of that caliber. Like, it can't not be.
Because like, you're going to get that incredibly casual audience that like does not give a shit about fighting, that does not tune into any fights ever, but like they know the Conor McGregors and the John Jones and like the major players in the sport. It feels like you need the name to match that.
Absolutely. And I think they will. We've played a few clips now. It is fairly obvious that Dana White wants Conor McGregor to headline this card, and Conor McGregor wants to headline this card. The only obstacle I can potentially foresee is the timing, right? If all of us, this is a very long way away. Conor McGregor has to be wrapped in bubble wrap and make sure he can get to that fight. If he does, I'm fairly certain he will headline this card.
I'd go as far to say Trump probably wants Conor McGregor on the card.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you if you're Trump?
Like, he talks about, like, we're going to make the biggest card ever, blah, blah, blah. Very reminiscent of UFC 300 last year. That ends up being an incredible card, and it lived up to the expectations. Like, you had some incredible moments. The moment with Alex Pereira, the Max Holloway knockout, stacked from top to bottom. But in terms of, like, actual bring-in value, Pereira versus Jamal Hill ain't cutting it for the White House card.
No, if you ask somebody now on the street who's not a diehard MMA fan, who headlined UFC 300, they could not fucking tell you.
They'd probably tell you Max Holloway.
They might
just
say Max. They might not even know. They probably wouldn't say anybody. But there will be a day that comes when they ask, oh my God, do you remember that the UFC had an event on the White House lawn? They will remember that Conor McGregor headlined that event because that's likely to happen.
Who Conor McGregor could fight? I mean, there's only one name that gets brought up time and time again, and he brings it up himself. See at the top. Michael Chandler had this to say about the potential of the White House fight.
The most important thing about this White House card, and whether I am a shoo-in for it or not, when you're building a card of this magnitude, it's not necessarily even about putting on the best fight. It's about putting on the best fights that are the most reliable. Which fighters and which matchups, which marquee contests are going to happen on the White House lawn that have an almost virtual certainty of actually happening. In this crazy sport, there are no guarantees, but I'm about as sure as a guarantee as you possibly could be. Like I said, never missed weight, never pull out of a fight. And if I can walk to the octagon, if I can physically make it to the octagon, I'm showing up that cage, that octagon door is closing, and I'm putting on a show for the fans. I think we're closer now than we ever have been. I've always said if you're a betting man, don't put money on him necessarily coming back, but now this changes things a lot. In my heart of hearts, I think I'm fighting Conor McGregor at the White House, and that sure does make a ton of sense for a multitude of reasons.
All right, so Michael Chandler saying that he's going to fight Conor McGregor is nothing new. It's been a saga that's been going on for the better half of 5 years now. It's like three years this has been going on. He said in that video, closer than we've ever been. So like fight booked, poster made, UFC 303, it's happening. We're closer than that.
I believe him only because I believe he might have had in the back of his head that Conor might not make it to their fight, and he did not make it to their fight. I think he is reading the tea leaves the same way we are, which is, how could Conor McGregor miss this? How could he miss out on this opportunity? It feels closer than ever. So I kind of agree with Chandler. It's also interesting to me that he's like, I'm on that card no matter what. Like, if Conor or no Conor, I think Michael Chandler will be on that card. So I think he's kind of like voicing that, but also I believe that, right? We talked about like who are the big American stars. He's one of the bigger names that you could potentially have, especially with like a name like Dustin Poirier kind of moving to the side and retiring now. He's one of the biggest American names that you've got on the card. And so I'm certain that he will probably have a place on it, whether it be with Conor McGregor or not. But if it is Conor McGregor, if Conor McGregor fights in that card, obviously I think Michael Chandler makes a lot of sense.
And like when it comes to the casual standpoint, like you don't have to sell that he's lost 3 in a row. You don't have to sell that he's lost 5 of his last 6. You showed the Tony.
You also don't have to sell Conor McGregor having not fought in forever and nobody.
It's the highlight reels.
Yeah.
It's the Tony Ferguson knockout. Yeah. It's the getting on the mic, Conor McGregor.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That's how you sell this, and the casual audience will buy in. He's American. He'll sell his patriotism and like how he's American going against the foreigner, and he's going to take him out and everything on the White House lawn and yada yada yada. It's a fight that will sell, and it's a fight. Fair play to both of them, that when it actually happens will almost certainly be exciting.
I agree with everything you said, but let me throw out a little food for thought. What if?
Throw it out. I'm hungry.
What if we existed in a world where Conor McGregor fighting at the White House, Michael Chandler fighting at the White House, Conor McGregor facing Nathan Diaz at the White House.
Okay.
But Michael Chandler also on the card. Would you believe that that could be possible? Do you believe that somebody could bump Michael Chandler from the spot?
First, I thought you were coachmaning me for a second. I thought you were going to be like, "What if?"
And then they meet on some other night,
and then they met at on a sleepy December night at T-Mobile. Yeah, I could absolutely see that. I mean, McGregor is the A plus side of it. It doesn't really matter who he's fighting. It's just the fact that he's fighting. Make it versus Nate Diaz 3? Yeah, absolutely. We haven't seen Conor McGregor fight in 4 years, so like it doesn't really matter. But to Michael Chandler's point about you need to put on fights that guys you can almost guarantee are going to make it to the fight, make it to the octagon. There's not going to be any funny business. Dana has reiterated that as well. Is Nate Diaz at a point in his career where you can trust him to make it to the fight of this magnitude?
Because of the circumstances and the stakes, I would imagine that Nate and Conor would rise to the occasion and both like make sure that they're showed up. You have to imagine the money's right. If you like, Nate Diaz is not currently in the UFC, so this is fantasy, right? This is we're making up a world here where Nate Diaz returns to the UFC. But the amount of money that he would have to be paid for this and the exposure that he would get from it, I imagine would motivate him to be worth his while. And the fact that he gets another crack at Conor McGregor,
I mean, I think that's a bigger fight.
I think that's the fight to make. All
I
due
think that's a
respect
bigger
to
fight.
Michael Chandler, who I think, as you
Oh,
said,
God, I feel
has
bad for him.
earned like the opportunity more than anybody has. Like we talk about guys waiting for title shots, blah, blah, blah. This guy's been waiting for one singular opponent, and it seemed like it was there, and then he lost it again. I think Michael Chandler should get this opportunity. But if you're asking me like what fight I'd want to see, if you're asking me what fight I think could still be made right now, right? Nate Diaz is a free agent. You could get Nate Diaz. It's not going to be a difficult conversation if you make the money right and treat him respectfully.
I mean, Conor McGregor on the White House card, the money would be right.
The money would have to be right. To me, Nate Diaz versus Conor would be the perfect fight. Like you have so much history there. You're talking about rolling back like Chandler and McGregor's highlights. You've got highlights of these two guys from 2 fights. You've got real like animosity and history. I think they actually kind of like each other, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I think Conor kind of
But dog,
respects him,
so
likes
much
Nate.
history.
But there's so much there. Once the tensions start getting high, those two will bring it.
So
you get
much
the
star
ancillary characters. You get, is that a Nick Diaz appearance? Like it would really set it off, and I think that would be massive.
Is that Captain America? Is that Jake Shields?
Oh my God, is that? Yeah. It would be incredible. And I think that would be for me, that would be the fight that I think would be most deserving of that spot. But I'm not mad at Michael Chandler versus Conor McGregor.
Beyond those two.
Yeah.
Michael Chandler, Nate Diaz. Is there anyone else's hat you can throw in the ring?
Only if it
Who, me?
pertains to John Jones, not to Conor McGregor.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like Conor McGregor, is there anyone other than those two? Max Holloway?
Oh, who could fight Conor, you mean,
Yeah.
potentially? Yeah, Max and Conor would be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
To
comes
me,
back for
though,
another
I think there's a
retirement
fight that I would really love to see for the White House involving heavyweights, but there's no way to pull this off. Obviously, Tom versus John would make sense, right? I don't know if that's
American
the one
versus
you
a
do
Brit, too?
because
My God.
you walk Tom Aspinall in there, and then maybe he ends the John Jones experience on July 4th. You know, the American guy goes down to the British guy. That said, I think Tom would handle it quite well and classily. In fact, if we were to cut a promo, if I was Tom Aspinall and it, come October, what is it, 25th his fight is? Is his fight on the 25th, 24th? What's
25th.
the date? 25th.
October 25th.
Come October 25th, Cyril Gane goes down. Get your hand raised. John Jones, it's time for you to come out of hiding. June, what's the date? Do we have the date? It's sometime late
June, yeah,
sometime in June. I'm going to you squandered the American dream. America gave you everything, and you spit in its face. You rebuked the promise that America gave you. You disrespected this nation.
This is definitely in
this
Tom's
country.
playbook.
I am going to come and right that wrong for America.
I'm coming to the nation's capital.
I'm coming to the Capitol, and I want to see you there.
June 2026.
And I'm going to live my dream, and I'm going to show, and yada, yada, yada. You do
I'll
something
keep
like
the
that.
belt warm for you.
Tom versus John is big. I got to be honest, what I really want to see, it would never happen. John versus DC. One more time.
Oh, that's never going to happen.
Just do it for me one more time.
I mean,
Super heavyweight. Who cares?
We've seen some footage of DC in the gym.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's.
No, let's do it. That's what I want. Conor versus Nate is the one. That I don't really have a number 2 because I don't think. Maybe we'll get Tom versus John. I'm not holding my breath on that one. I really do believe.
The way Dana is talking about it, it seems like there's no way.
Well, it feels to me more like what we've seen in the past from Dana, which is, John, we were ready to give you everything. Like we were ready to do anything you wanted, and you spit in our face. In the same way that Francis Ngannou had previously, right? They wanted to make Francis Ngannou a megastar. They wanted him to stay with the UFC. As he eloquently puts it, what the fuck was that? And he spit in their face. Truth be told, he didn't spit in their face. He just took a better opportunity. But the way that Dana White is looking at it is like, you spit in our face when we wanted to give it to you. John was in that position, and he said, nah, I'm good. I'm just going to walk away. Dana's not going to forget that. Dana's not going to just easily forget that. Now, here's where that changes. Conor McGregor can't fight. Conor McGregor's hurt. It's a month. It's 2 months before the White House card.
Back in the polls.
He's
trying to become the president of Ireland.
He's back in the race for the Irish presidency, and he just can't fight. That call to John Jones probably happens pretty quick.
I think they need one of them on it. And
they need one of them.
You can sell the American versus the Brit, and there's obviously history between John Jones and Tom Aspinall now, but like you can sell America versus England so easily.
Yeah. Again, though, I do fear and I wonder, do they want Americans to win or do they just want Americans on the card? That's the part that I keep struggling with.
No, it doesn't matter. You just sell it that it's an American versus an England.
But is it a good look if the eyes of America are on this and near July 4th and all the Americans go
bro?
0 for 8? Tom Aspinall's a bad fucking boy.
That's your goat, man.
Tom Aspinall's a bad fucking boy.
You're the one who bahs every time he gets shown on the screen.
I'll make a prediction if that fight ever comes to fruition and we get a booking. But yeah, Tom's a bad boy.
Yeah, man, it's Tom won, but we all know that. I can't lie, man. Going over this, it like gets the juices flowing. It gets me excited.
It's massive.
It has potential to be so massive, like nothing that has ever been seen in this sport.
Not in sports, period. In my opinion, like there is nothing quite that is going to be able to match this in terms of sports history. Like this is very unique.
It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, some other news and notes around the world of mixed martial arts. Arman Tsarukyan going after Ilia Topuria, but not for a fight or anything. Just saying, yeah, bro, he doesn't have bread like that.
Yes,
he doesn't have bread like that. Here, let's take a look. This is in Russian. I'll translate. Topuria says he's now flying $200,000 private jets from Spain to the U.S. and back. He's completely switched from business class all the way up to private jets. Can you afford that? And do you even see any need for it? Is it something you'd also want for? No, come on. Now this is Arman talking. You can't do that. I don't think he's flying from America on private jets because after the Oliveira flight, he was flying on United Airlines. There was a video that came out of him in the first row with the belt and his kid. Some people filmed him on the plane. I'm saying he tries to make it look like he's insanely rich. But in reality, I think he's flying on regular planes. Well, there's a video after the Oliveira fight, which is now being shown. He's sitting there with his wife on a regular United Airlines flight going somewhere. He doesn't make that kind of money to be flying private jets from America to Europe or Georgia. You can see the UFC belt in the carry-on cases. Because even if he made $2 to $3 million, just one round trip on a jet would cost him $400K to $500K. And there's a picture of Ilia with the BMF belt and the UFC belt and a bright red Topuria red carpet leading up to a private jet.
What do we make of Arman just basically like identifying that Ilia?
Broke ass! It's just like, bro.
Like that.
It's just like, yeah, I don't know what Topuria makes. He obviously has a shit ton of brand deals. He's making money from his social media. I mean, he has 11 million followers on IG. That's generating some sort of revenue for him as well. Like, I can't imagine just his fights are what is generating income for him.
Yeah, my other thing is like, I bet his life's pretty good. I don't know if it's like, even if he's not flying PJs everywhere he goes, like, life ain't bad right now for Ilia Topuria, and it's only going to get better from here, right? The opportunities are only going to get bigger and the money's only going to get higher. So I'm not that like, I don't know. I don't know if it requires further dissection, but it is interesting that like Arman Tsarukyan is coming at this from like a perspective of like, he's faking it, you know? Like it's kind of, I wonder what Ilia Topuria's response will ultimately be if he does respond to this.
I mean, Arman's got the money too, man. I mean, every time we see him, he's driving fancy cars. He's housing beluga caviar.
His haircut is perfectly aligned every single time. He's probably got the private barber always with him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe the PJ wasn't available after the Oliveira fight. He was also sitting front row on an international flight. Like, it's not like that.
But he said that's like business class. That's just business class. You're in business class. We got to get to the PJ.
Arman, you want to know broke? I've never sat first class, period.
How about Comfort Plus? Have you ever sat in those?
Oh, yeah. I sat Comfort Plus over to Des Moines, baby. Hell yeah.
I know. I was in the back.
Yeah. Yeah. You were back, and I think camera guy Nick with us was sitting first class. So. Shout out. A little reverse order there. Camera guy, senior producer, executive producer, man of the people in the back there. So yeah, I thought that was kind of funny.
I did think that was funny. Yeah.
Yeah. Arman's just like, I had the money, y'all. There's poor people around. Is this how he gets the fight?
By calling him broke?
Yeah, just
you
pocket
broke
watching.
Boy?
Pocket watching. Arman Tsarukyan actually has another grappling match this weekend against Benson Henderson. I think this is his third professional grappling match since the last time we saw him fight.
Can we just see this guy fight already?
Dude, please, let's get it booked, man.
A lot of people are like, anytime I talk about...
Hey, there's the face-off. Shout out. ACBJJ.
when we talk about like Ilia Topuria and Terence Crawford, like when we mention those two names, inevitably I get 3 tweets that are like, or posts on X that are like, why are you disrespecting Arman Tsarukyan?
We love Arman
for
bro.
not mentioning like Arman should be the next. We
actually,
like Arman Tsarukyan. In fact, that is, I think, the rightful guy who should be fighting Ilia Topuria. I think he's the number 1 guy in that division outside of Ilia. But like
rightful Arman, spectacle Patty. Those are the 2 fights that I want to see for Ilia.
But Arman needs to fight. Like Arman has not fought in a very long time.
Remember when he missed weight, he was speaking candidly, and he was just like, "Oh, yeah, I wasn't a professional here. I need, the back injury and everything like that. I let down Dana in the UFC. I need to take another fight before I fight for the title."
Yes,
that is sort of faded off now, and I think he could easily fight for the title next.
He could. I imagine it will be Patty, but he could.
He sneaky brings in numbers too. Anytime
he's
he's
a
on our
popular
show,
fighter.
he's got a ton of followers on social. Like he always brings in numbers, man.
Yeah, he would be a great challenger for the belt. He would be a great champion as well. I think Arman would be great, and I'd like to see that fight. But I just want to see him fight. I don't care who it's again. I just want to see him fight again, not grapple.
I can't imagine Ilia will respond to this. Ilia is too busy.
Well, what if Ilia is wiping his tears with dollar bills or something, like doing?
Yeah,
that used to be the Conor McGregor flag. Like Conor was like, showing off his
Ilia
money.
needs to start his own like Spanish wine company or something.
There you go.
It's the map of you are here in the Conor McGregor
exactly.
trajectory. And right now he is in the calling out Terence Crawford, trying to get a mega fight over in boxing. So I don't think he has the time for Arman Tsarukyan. Not a ton has happened on that front since like the Monday, Tuesday when Terence Crawford said on this very set on the Ariel Helwani show, essentially just like, bro, I don't know who that is, man. I don't am I going to make any money off that? Am I going to make any money close to what I just made for the Canelo fight? Then I don't really give a shit about it, man. I'm not concerned about it. This dude is nobody.
He's not Conor McGregor is what he basically said.
Yeah, which he isn't. He is not. The stranglehold that McGregor had on the combat sports world at his peak was like nothing we have seen since. That is for certain. I will say a little bit of breaking news. No, go ahead.
No, it's a little bit. That's why we only played a little bit.
Rick knows.
That was nice. A little bit of breaking news. I did do the Dorman test. Mike Dorman, who's now become a mainstay on this program. Shout out to him. About to celebrate his 35th birthday.
Remind me his name?
Zico. Shout out to him. Getting ready to celebrate his birthday on Sunday.
Keep my fucking name out your mouth.
Big boxing fan, diehard boxing fan. We were talking a bunch leading up to Canelo and Crawford. Talked to him this week, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I can't lie. I was watching the Terence interview. I don't know who the fuck Ilia is either. I don't have any idea who this is." And I was like, what? And the way he started the conversation was, what weight class does Izzy fight at? And I was like, Israel Adesanya? And I was like 185, but he's gone up to 205 before. He's just like, man, any chance he could cut down and fight Terence at 168? I was like, no. And also like, he's not at that point in his career right now to get a fight with Terence Crawford. Like he's on a 3-fight losing streak. He lost the belt 15 months ago at this point, however long it's been. I was just like, nah. And I was like, if Terence is going to fight anyone, it's going to be Ilia. And he's like, I don't know who that is. I was just like, what the, like, damn. Like, so Terence, like, I actually do believe Terence now. Like,
boxing fans do not watch MMA.
I was like, dude, you have to go watch this highlight reel. Like, he is knocking people out. Like, this guy's a global superstar. He's bringing the UFC belt over to Real Madrid. Like, this guy's a star. He's like, all right, yeah, I guess I'll check it out. Like,
and then he was like, how much money does he got? Is that guy broke?
Is he actually flying on PJs?
Is he flying PJs? I'll tell you what, if he got the Terence Crawford fight, he'd be in PJs for quite a bit. It's an interesting thing. It continues to be this thing that's just like over here. I don't think there's any MMA fans that are interested in it.
I don't want to see it. I truly do not want to see it. The peak that Ilia Topuria is at, the skill with which he has right now, the game that he has in MMA right now, how hot he is, undefeated. He's good on the microphone. He's good on these press conferences. He's good on Twitter. Everything he touches kind of seems to turn to gold. Just keep it going in MMA, man.
This is where Conor McGregor went here, and this is where everybody's like, keep Ilia going
because
here.
It is almost an assured loss.
If it was boxing,
yes,
it's not almost. It is an assured loss.
Like you are talking about like actual David versus Goliath with Ilia Topuria versus Terence Crawford in a boxing match.
No, it is not there is no speculation. There is no chance. There is no anything. Terence would beat the brakes off Ilia in a boxing match.
My woman was like, what about MMA? Like, Terence do got some wrestling. I was like, get the fuck out.
In that realm, Ilia would beat the fucking brakes off Terence too. So it's just that's what it is.
There's just no need for it. Like, you do take that hit, like losing, like especially like if you get finished, like you take that hit, sure, you make a ton of money and you get your name and your face plastered everywhere and you become this massive superstar. But like, man, just keep it going in MMA.
My only potential caveat to that is it depends on what you do next after the boxing match, right? After the boxing match for Conor, it was kind of like, life's good, I'm made. If Ilia Topuria loses, let's say he does fight Terence Crawford. If Ilia Topuria loses and then goes, all right, I flew a little too close to the sun, but I'm going to rededicate myself and come back in MMA. I'm confident he wins his next, and then maybe he gets back on track. So it really does depend what happens next. I also don't think, even if this were to happen, he's not making what Conor and Floyd made. No. Terence and Ilia are not making what Conor and Floyd made. That was a supernova, like once-in-a-lifetime type event.
Like, Terence is getting so much love, rightfully so. He is a pound-for-pound great. He is a legend of the sport at this point. The wins that he's been able to put together, the undisputed weight class championships, it's unbelievable what he's been able to do. Doesn't touch. Neither of these guys touch the respective in their sport in Maymac. Right. Like, Floyd Mayweather was a super-duper megastar at the very end of his career. Like, everyone knew who this man was. Floyd Money Mayweather. Like, Terence Crawford is just now starting to get in the spotlight. Honestly, before the Errol Spence fight, like, he was known amongst boxing fans, but not to a casual audience. The dude was fighting on BLK Prime in December of 2022.
That's 100% right. Both of these guys are much more recent successes than a Floyd or Conor were at those times. Those guys were megastars.
Now, here's the good news for especially Terence Crawford, I guess for both, because it would need continued success from Ilia Topuria. Terence Crawford is getting up there. He's turning 38 at the end of this month.
Yeah.
But like, he could box Ilia Topuria when he's 41, 42,
100%.
no problem. So he can sit and kind of wait, maybe do another fight or two himself. And now that he has this respect among combat sports fans in general and starting to get into the casual audience where people will tune in no matter what, and you just build that legacy and that aura around yourself. And if Ilia Topuria goes 4, 5-0 over the next few years, then it could happen down the line and it'd be massive, like an absolute spectacle.
It's a great point, and he's at an age and a weight class where he can still be a viable opponent for Ilia. All he has to do is just sit off on the sidelines and sit on that O, and then he's still somebody. I could still.
Thing is, neither of these guys are big enough stars to where if they lose their O, you can still do it.
No. If Terence, it would be hard. The only thing that I could see from the boxing world that would kind of like come into play is, let's say, like a guy like a Tank or Ryan Garcia or somebody like that started to chirp and it became real that maybe they could fight in Ilia Topuria. That might be a world where all of a sudden somebody else cuts the queue. But no, Terence is in a great spot to get his next boxing match or this potential thing with Ilia Topuria, which I think is a very, very minimal chance at the moment of happening. But he's in a good position for that for the next 5 years. Like, there's no rush for something like that.
I personally hope, as an MMA fan and as an Ilia Topuria fan of what he's able to do, I hope he doesn't look too much to the Crawford side, and like, because he's always got a response, he's always got something to say about like how bad he wants it and all this. That, like, you know, you go from like, oh, we could try to do like this mega fight with Crawford, or we could fight Arman Tsarukyan on UFC 327 in Las Vegas.
Yep.
And again, kind of looked at as like a letdown
from
rather than defending your belt again.
Yeah. He seems like a guy who is motivated by greatness and those types of things. So I think he's, you know, realistically thinking about this. I don't think this is like a gimmick for Ilia Topuria. I think he really does want to box Terence Crawford. But I also do think he is sharp enough, wise enough, and quite frankly has not made as much money as somebody like a Conor McGregor had made at that point in order to think that he knows he's going to have to continue in MMA and he knows he's going to have to continue to rack up wins. I think of an Islam Makhachev fight is much more realistic than a Terence Crawford fight at this point. And so I think he has some big, lofty goals that he could still potentially accomplish.
That is a crossover that at the current juncture, I do not really want to see. But that takes us to our pound-for-pound rankings for this week in honor of the chirping back and forth between Ilia Topuria and Terence Crawford. Pound-for-pound crossovers you would like to see. That's the way I interpreted it.
Okay.
Pound for pound crossovers that you would like to see. Frankie, what's the order?
Yeah, what is the order? It's Frank, Rick, and then Connor.
Okay, nice. Now, give a little preface here of what you did, Frank.
All right,
I
so
tried to explain it to you yesterday, and you're like, already submitted, too late, already submitted my list, it's too late.
So to pull a Deadpool here, we had the conversation on Tuesday, right over here by the audio mixer. I remember it fondly. The three of us were kind of huddled in. We were like, let's do a crossover thing. Like, general crossover, anything goes was the exact word that was used. And then, cheekily, I was like, oh, I need this one in writing, making reference to the times where I have misunderstood the assignment. Then yesterday we learned that Connor versus Rick and I had a different idea of what was going on. So my crossover lists are not crossovers I'd like to see. It's crossovers that we've already been given that I love completely. And to start us off with our number 5, yeah, whatever, is Alien versus Predator. And I want to emphasize here, I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about the concept of Alien versus Predator. This started in Predator 2, where if you just look up on the side, you could see the xenomorph skull there. It was like they just threw a little teaser out there. The Predator stalks from planet to planet, hunting different aliens, and they were like, look, it was probably a time where he was on a LV-426 and killed a xenomorph. And I'm like, that's cool. So they did comic books, they did video games, eventually got to a movie. The movie was quite poor, if you ask me.
Excuse me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Don't disrespect the movie.
Yeah, stay in your lane here, all right?
The movie was fucking fantastic.
The movie was horrible. And, W.S. Anderson, phone that one in. Come on. Number 4, the Jetsons meet the Flintstones. Everybody was asking for it, but they weren't actually articulating what they wanted. They knew they wanted something, but Hanna-Barbera was like, we know what the people want, and what it is to have the future house and the house of the past to meet each other. That's the Flintstones and the Jetsons. It's a magnificent series of cartoons. If you haven't seen it, you have to. My number 3 is...
Were you more of a Flintstones or a Jetsons guy?
I'm actually more of a Jetsons guy.
I think I was too.
The
I liked
Sprockets,
both, but
yeah.
I was more Jetsons.
I didn't like how all the animals were being forced to do mundane jobs in the Flintstones. It just feels a little unbased,
Wow,
if that's a word.
Yeah.
My number 3 is also conceptual. Like I'm laughing because I can already tell where this is going to go. But it's the concept of mixed martial arts. To me, especially with this picture showing UFC 1, I believe, this was like the idea of like who has the best form of martial arts. Is it boxing style? Is it jiu-jitsu? Is it karate? Like that whole idea. To me, it speaks like karate. It speaks to me like the original Street Fighter or even like Mortal Kombat. It's like just throw best in class, everybody, and like let's see who prevails. Now it's become its own reputable sport, which is because of the crossover was so successful. Now you can actually maintain an entire tool set of things that work from all of the different martial arts to be an effective MMA fighter. I think that's amazing.
I initially scoffed, but that was actually inspired. Well fucking done.
My number 2 is, you know how I love a good soundtrack to go to a movie, and I think I've actually used this one on a previous list, but it's Spawn, the album. Now, this is the actual, like, the original soundtrack for the Spawn movie that had come out in the late 90s. I actually can't remember when. 97, I want to say? Don't hold me to it. But the concept of this is the producer that put it together decided, let's get, like, current new metal, alternative metal, or even just rock, and mix it in with an electronic music artist of the time. So you got things like Henry Rollins and Goldie, Butthole Surfers and Moby.
Butthole Surfers and
Can we
Moby
stop
is
down
a,
on Butthole
is a,
Surfers for a second?
is a sick name.
I had to say
What is that?
So Butthole Surfers is a band originally from Texas they did a song. I'm sure you know these songs. Oh my God, why can't Coming Down the Mountain?
Pepper? Isn't it
Pepper is the name of it, yeah. And then Moby, you know him. He's from New York,
Moby.
right? Had
He
the
can
little
get slapped by Obi.
yeah. If you haven't heard this, I actually have this on vinyl. My dear wife went and got Todd McFarlane to sign it for me because he actually did the artwork on the cover of it. It's just an amazing soundtrack. They did this concept again with a movie called Judgment Night, where that was hip-hop and rock. So you had things like Cypress Hill and Pearl Jam doing things together. Just 2 really good albums, but again, my favorite being Spawn, the album. What's that?
This is for the movie Spawn?
This is for the movie Spawn, but I think they realized that they were onto something that transcended just the movie itself. and so released it as the album. Like, this is the bona fide way to appreciate the comic book character.
Is the soundtrack for the movie actually great?
Yeah, so I actually watched the movie again recently, and they do put parts from this album in there, but there is a little bit of like your normal film score. The film score leaves a lot to be desired, you know. Like,
Okay.
My number one
Shout out Michael J. White.
crossover of all time is also music themed, but this is Run DMC and Aerosmith.
Oh, shout out.
That's what else is there to say? Like, this is the crossover of crossovers. The only other one was Public Enemy and Anthrax did something very similar around the same time. But the music video that they did for this, just the way that people were like, minds were blown. Like, they couldn't even conceive, like, you can actually mix rock with hip hop. Like, oh my God. The fact that they did that has led the way to things like the Spawn album, or even entire bands like Korn, Rage Against the Machine, not to put them in the same breath, but you get what I'm saying.
This is going to make me sound stupid, but why does this photo look like it was taken yesterday? It's
High quality camera.
Why is that so good from a photo that's clearly ancient?
You know, film is not necessarily bad. It just depends on how it was processed. So this was
more grainy. It was like the colors didn't pop like this.
Sure, it's been doctored up a little bit,
digitally enhanced. Yeah,
but I mean, there's film stock sitting around that has beautiful images that are just waiting to be put on the internet and enjoyed. I mean, there you have it.
Wow.
All right, good list.
I like it.
It was a good list, Frankie. I went a different direction, but that was a good list overall. Not your obvious crossovers.
I have to confess, for the first time ever, I was on the same page as Frank.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
So me and Frank are on
crossovers in the past. Didn't want to have any fun. Didn't want to get the juices flowing. Didn't want to get creative.
We talked about it, and this is where we landed.
Crossovers we want to see. Do we want to see Terence Crawford? No. What crossovers do we want to see? What is this? It's going to be BMW iX Sport crossover, Allen Iverson dribbling.
All right. I'll deliver my actual list as you undress everything I'm about to say. Number 5. I think you'll like this one. How about this? Let's start with number 5.
I enjoyed Frank's. I imagine I'll enjoy this one. But now it makes me odd man out.
This
not
one
as
I'm
cool.
really going to enjoy in particular. This one was a video game that I really enjoyed. I went into it not knowing exactly what this was, but when I saw the art and saw the cover, I was like, oh, this looks like an interesting game. Checked it out, and then bought it immediately. It's a game called Kingdom Hearts.
Oh shit!
Yeah, legend.
Crossover of Square Enix and Disney, where you're getting like Final Fantasy characters and Disney characters.
Most random pairing of all time. This would have been very high on my list.
It created an incredible franchise and a really, really fun game that I had no idea of, was not anticipating. Like, I was a big video game guy back then. I would know the new releases. This was not on my radar at all, and it was absolutely incredible. Kingdom Hearts is a super playable game. They have multiple versions of it now.
Sick name as well.
Really enjoyed the crossover. Not two things that you would naturally think, like Final Fantasy and Disney, but it came together to make a perfect mix.
Quickly, do you know how this concept even came up to be?
No, tell me.
2 guys in an elevator, one from Disney, one from Square Enix, and they were just like, hey, you're in this building or whatever. They had a short conversation. By the time they left the elevator, they had thrown this concept out.
And they're fucking brilliant.
And they let their teams handle it. I'm just, when you have a good crossover, you have a good crossover.
Nailed it.
Thank you for that backstory. That makes it even better that it was just like, yeah, should we do it?
Should we
Fuck
do it?
it.
Yeah,
whatever. Number 4, a little more of an obvious one, but one that I think a lot of fans were highly anticipating. It ultimately didn't result in such a great product, but the concept of it was fantastic, and that was DC versus Marvel. At the time that these comics came out, and especially I remember this was either like a poster that came alongside it or an actual panel from it. I don't believe it was a panel. I believe this was like secondary art, but as a kid, the idea of the Incredible Hulk and Superman squaring off and like Lobo and Wolverine seemed to me like an impossibility. And they brought it to reality. And I think the comics kind of disappointed people. I think this specific run was like a 3 comic book run, I think. And I don't think people really loved it. But I remember just like fawning over the art. Like seeing that art and seeing some of my favorite characters from Marvel and my favorite characters from DC potentially squaring off, and all these, like, how often do we hear like, who would beat this guy? Would Hulk be able to handle Superman? Who's faster, the Flash and Superman? We actually got to see in action some of the crossover between the two brands.
A high-level DC Marvel movie would
blow the
crazy.
internet up.
It'd go crazy. It'd be amazing.
I wonder if they've ever thought to angle toward that, but
They definitely thought, but I feel like with the rights and everything in negotiations, it's
tough.
Never gonna
but the
happen.
money that they would make. Number
It's
3.
tough.
Thank you, Terrence. Number 3. This is where we got into the GC predicts what I'm going to say and makes me feel like an asshole for suggesting it. But this is the one and only Allen Iverson, the answer. And this crossover was one on Antonio Daniels. Can we please roll the footage on this?
Eastern Conference is just throw the cards up in the air.
We're gonna have to watch this back from another angle.
ESPN
Cross. Now watch this. Oh no!
That's an NBA player that
he tried to get up and then got dropped the second time. That is one of my favorite crossovers. There's been many in history. I think a lot of people would select Allen Iverson over Michael Jordan as their favorite just because of the historical significance and the fact that Iverson was a rookie coming in and shakes Jordan. Jordan recovered a little too well on defense for me for that to be an all-time crossover.
Broke his ankles, left him there on the ground.
Broke his ankles twice, destroyed him, and then just finished it. Allen Iverson, near and dear to my heart, one of my favorite basketball players, and that crossover was absolutely filthy. This one is sneaky. This one.
Okay.
How big a fan of like the '90s sitcoms were you? Like I'm talking Family Matters. Like,
no.
Okay, you're
Family Matters now.
Okay. Well, for the old heads out there, this one's going to hit like crack because this is when Uncle Phil
from Fresh Prince
appeared on Family Matters. Let's roll that footage now. So this is the end of a...
is this the end
audio?
or the beginning?
There we go.
This is Lil G. He's new
This
to
is the
hood.
post-credits. The show has just ended. This episode of Family Matters has just ended.
Wow, we're getting a post-credits on a 90s sitcom.
Yes.
He does look like the father
Look at
on
that
Fresh
font. That is the most 90s shit ever.
They said, you look like the dad on Fresh Prince. And then the actor, James Avery, who plays Uncle Phil on Fresh Prince, comes in and surprises. Like he walked
that's a
onto the
genuine
set.
reaction.
It's a genuine reaction. He walked onto the set of Family Matters and surprised them and then a hug right there. This was like your TV dads coming together just like blew my fucking mind at the time.
I love how he's in a t-shirt and sweats.
James Avery, an absolute legend, the Uncle Phil from the Fresh Prince. That one like really like like at the time I was like this is it. It does not get better than this. The fact also the idea of like, oh my God, these things exist at the same time. He's on a set somewhere and he can just like walk into the Family Matters universe if he wanted in real life. That was a seminal moment for me. It kind of like blew my concept away of what was possible.
Okay, so mine were like the actual like cartoon episodes where they did real crossovers. Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents was like legendary because it was two different animation styles, and so like you got to see Timmy Turner in like the 3D, and you got to see Jimmy Neutron in like the flat animation style. Kim Possible did a couple. I think Lilo and Stitch and Proud Family. Scooby Doo and Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Legendary. Shout out to Johnny Bravo. The Simpsons has done a few. I want to say they've done a Family Guy one. I want to say they've done a Futurama one as well.
Family Guy, Bob's Burgers, I think.
Oh, Family Guy and Bob's Burgers?
I think so.
I want to say, didn't Bob's Burgers do one with like Archer or something?
Oh, that, yeah, I mean, that actually sounds pretty great.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a ton, but...
Shout out Archer.
There was, shout out to Archer.
They used to do these a lot more.
Yeah.
A contemporary one, I think, somebody correct me on this, and I may be off base. I think Always Sunny just did one recently with
Abbott Elementary.
Yes.
Love it.
Like they don't do them a lot anymore, but they do still happen, and that's an example of one. I love those as well, but for me, Family Matters and Fresh Prince were so important and seminal like at the time for me that is why that one hit so hard and seeing Uncle Phil in that set.
Powderpuff Girls and Dexter's Laboratory, all-timer.
There are certain ones that I don't count. Is that elitist of me? Because I'm like, they're kind of like the same creator. Like there's certain ones that I'm just like, they appear on the same network I don't know. Anyway, that one was important to me.
What's the number one?
Number one. Easiest call of all time. The crossover event, the one that was hyped up and then delivered beyond measure, beyond expectations, will never be topped. And that's a little film called Freddy vs. Jason.
Ah, nice.
The best The monsters of nightmare for everybody out there.
Ding, ding, ding.
Finally squaring off. The great part about this one was it's billed as Freddy versus Jason, but unlike like the Alien versus Predator movie, them squaring off wasn't like a super central part of it until the end. More of it was like they're taking turns kind of haunting, and they're enhancing each other's abilities to be able to haunt these teenagers at Camp Crystal Lake and elsewhere. And so it was a great horror movie. Some would consider it kind of schlocky. I actually really liked it. I thought it was well made. I thought the way that they brought Freddy and Jason together was fantastic. And then when Freddy and Jason did actually fight, it was quite fun. Freddy's just a good character in general. He's a good crossover character in general because he can kind of fit in any universe. But Freddy versus Jason was fantastic. And shout out Kelly Rollins from Destiny's Child, who was an actress
shout out
in that
Destiny's
movie.
Child. That was like a reverse crossover.
Yes, she went away.
And then Beyonce. All right, those are two solid lists. I look like the asshole for doing it in a different style. I thought we were going to open up the imagination, open up the mind, really start thinking about what would we want to see in a crossover? Is it Ilia and Terence, or is it something else like that? So none of mine exists. None of mine have happened.
I'm putting on my
dreams.
imagination cap. I'm ready. I'm taking this journey with you.
That's what I want you to do. Get comfortable, get in the back of the Winnebago, and just let me take you on a ride of what I would want to see in terms of crossovers, and mine are not just sport. All right, coming in at number 5, the BMW iX. Just kidding. All right, imagine you sit down on a Saturday morning, you're watching your cartoons.
Yes.
You see Ash Ketchum.
Okay.
He's walking along. He's got his Pikachu by his side. Charizard flying up overhead. Everything seems right. We're going to visit Misty or Brock or whoever. And then suddenly, Charizard gets taken out by the neck. It's another dragon. What's going on? Ash is like, oh, what the fuck's going on? And then he looks down, and then who's standing there with cards in his hand? It's time to duel. It's Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Wow.
He's just attacked his Charizard with a Blue Eyes White Dragon, Pokemon X Yu-Gi-Oh! WB Saturday morning, blockbuster.
Wow.
I mean, look at this. There's Ash in like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Style drawing. You got Pikachu and everything.
Pikachu kind of looks just like Pikachu from regular Pokemon.
Yeah, shout out. Look at that. What do we got? Ho-Ho versus Obelisk or whatever that red dragon's name is. You got Dark Magician. I mean, shout out.
What's Ho-Ho?
That's the legendary bird up there.
Okay.
Ho-Ho and Lugia. That was from like the silver and gold Pokemon.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out. Look at that. You got Ash with the... These were two of my favorites growing up. This
Why
would have
did they not
blown
do
my
it?
mind. This would have blown my mind if this had ever happened.
Why didn't they? They had the chance, I feel like.
I don't know. Shout out. That is one that
That's a
I'm
great one.
dying to see. Next up, now we're going to start getting good. 2 Georgia powerhouses. Two places that you cannot escape, you cannot avoid if you live in the state of Georgia, and now they come together for a holy matrimony. That is Waffle House and Chick-fil-A. But it's not just like, chicken and waffles. You get 2 meal ideas. One 10-piece nugget where the waffle fries, the famous waffle fries at Chick-fil-A, are actually made of waffles. It's Waffle House waffle fries. And then the second one is the famous Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich, but instead of the buns being made of normal buns, they're made of Waffle House waffles. And that is the collab.
That's pretty great.
Speaking of great photos.
I mean, that's a great photo. Waffle fries made of actual waffles. Chick-fil-A X Waffle House.
I love that.
Potato camera.
That would be a dream of mine. Number 3, this has been a fantasy of like me and all my like boys growing up, like playing video games and everything like this. Like we used to always dream of this. Like you're playing like a Madden or like an NBA 2K, and like you're doing your My Career mode, and like you get like the outside like of the actual gameplay, and you have to make like a couple of decisions, like how you answer a press conference.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
little shit like that in your My Career mode.
Yep.
So what I'm envisioning is any sports game, UFC 5, shout out to like an NFL Blitz or like an NHL Hits or an MLB Slugfest, some crazy game like that, NFL Street, or just like a FIFA, Madden, a college football, NBA 2K, anything like that. X Grand Theft Auto. So you live your life on the outside, and like you can steal cars and you can do all this crazy shit, and then you go and play in the game, and it's built like NFL Street or FIFA or Madden or UFC 5. Like imagine UFC 5 and like you're building up your career and like you're trying to become a bigger superstar, but then like, you know, you can go steal cars or you can go to the strip club or you can do like all this crazy shit and you have missions outside of the gameplay as well.
I like where you go with this.
GTA 6, you can choose a career and they just allow you to basically do this.
Yeah.
You choose a career as a sports star and you do this.
This is one that I've always thought would be so sick.
That's
you get to
pretty
choose.
Can you imagine like if it's still like football coach and those kind of sports games too, where you're like, I'm just a coach, but
I also sell crack.
Here I am dodging exactly selling crack, stealing a car.
Exactly, and then you got to go answer press conferences and like if you're out getting too messed up the night before, your performance isn't as good when you go to play. It would take. We've seen how long GTA 6 is taking. It would take a millennia for this to get created, but it would just be unbelievable. NFL Blitz kind of tried to do something with it in like the early 2010s, but it just didn't catch on. It was very like raunchy and crazy, but shout out. That would be unbelievable. My number 2, the Twilight movie franchise. Okay?
Yes.
My opinion, come for my neck if you want to, dog shit.
Nobody's coming for you.
Edward Cullen, Bella, as corny as it gets. How can we make this better? What if it isn't a romance tale? What if it's a tale of a hunting and we bring in Blade?
Fuck yes. Oh my God.
Vampires, baby. Blade X Twilight. Yeah. Oh, we're in love? Now here comes Blade. Y'all are dead. Here he comes.
Daywalker himself out in the middle of the day. I love it.
I love it.
Hit the Vampire Dance Club theme. Blade pulls up and just goes all hell. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's go, baby. Edward, he's behind you.
Okay. Blade kills them all, yes?
Yeah,
like, do we agree? Like,
that's how it ends.
Yeah, like
that's how it ends.
These guys don't stand a chance.
Is it a 5-minute movie? I mean, or does he wipe out?
They're going to put up a fight. They're fucking superpowered.
They're putting up the fight.
Yeah, their glittery faces are superpowered.
In that movie, that dude can like fucking fly and like lift cars. Like he's not a.
They're also
bum.
I want to see him lift Wesley Snipes.
You want to know the only? So I used to go to a gym and they had a like cardio cinema, right? And so like it was like treadmills, ellipticals, all that in a literal movie theater. Shout out to The Edge. It was just like a giant screen, and they would just play movies throughout the day, and you could just go in and just do cardio and watch movies. So I went in one day for a long run, like an hour run, and it's Twilight on, and like I watched it the entire time. And like as it went on, I was like, this is dog shit. I was like, this is so corny and bad. So I've only seen 1 hour of one movie, but I figured if you throw
Blade to just come in and clean up.
Throw Blade in there, just clean them on up.
As a Blade guy, I love it.
Let's get Snipes in there and get it done. My last one, my number 1, is actually an MMA fighter going in to another sport. Could be fighting for the lightweight title next. A lightweight contender, one of the biggest superstars in the sport, and that is one Paddy the Baddy Pimblett. What sport is he going to? We've seen him in between fights. The man blows up. The man eats a lot of food. I've even seen him doing wing contests. Ilia Topuria going over to boxing to fight Terence Crawford. White House card, maybe Conor McGregor. July 4th, UFC will have representation in one of America's biggest events, the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. Paddy Pimblett enters the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest and becomes a 2-sport athlete. We're not going for the lightweight belt. We're going for the mustard belt, baby.
Oh, man.
Look at these assets that we've pulled in. I mean, this guy is built for it. He's made for it. I've seen videos where he's just like, look at him. I mean, the jaw dexterity is just unbelievable. I've seen videos where like he's just housing food. That is fucking crazy that this guy fights at 155 and he looks shredded when he does. Look at this, man. I've seen videos where like he's housing food and like he's like, you want a bite of the cookie? And look at this. He broke a record at a local restaurant. He ate 43 or like 47 chicken wings in like 10 minutes.
Oh my God. So he is like a competitive eater.
Dog, I've seen videos where like he's housing food. Oh yeah, there it is. Imagine that. Paddy the Baddy Pimblett with the mustard belt.
Legit. How many do you think he, like, not training, right? Like he does not become a competitive eater, but if he just like got plopped into it right now, how many do you think he could put down?
Dude, I've seen videos where he's putting down food and he's with like other like big fighters and like he's like, oh, you want the bite of the Dubai chocolate cookie? And they're like, nah, bro, I'm full. I'm done. He's like, done. Full. He's like, I don't get full. There's no such thing as eating too much. Like he like him and Tom Aspinall just did like a collab vlog. Shout out to a pretty good crossover there. And like Tom's eating like a salad and Paddy gets like a milkshake dropped in front of him and he's just like wow, man, like you're really just like crushing this just out of camp. He's just like, oh yeah. After my last fight, I had 5 milkshakes that night. Woke up feeling like a fat pig, and I'm just
Diego Lopez is over here throwing up from Gatorade, and Patty's housing 5 milkshakes.
Dude, he puts it back, man. It's actually impressive how much he eats. Like it's ridiculous. You mentioned the hot dog thing. I don't know if we have the video. I sent it to you, Jordan. I don't know if we got it dropped in, but it's. Oh yeah, let's run this. He's on an interview for Barstool with Molly McCann, and
Into
Molly
Italy,
McCann
and
is
I've gone
talking.
for pizza. The ones that's not Neapolitan, they just like cut it and squeeze and then weigh.
Why is he
and
breathing
that's
like
how
that?
they buy it.
Yeah, okay.
Lad, you're
Breathing.
breathing so heavy. It's like Pat,
He's had deep dish, he's had hot dogs. Now you know what it's like. That's why he's breathing so heavy.
I'm a fat bastard.
Into Italy and I've gone for pizza. The ones
I had to slow down the breathing.
just like cut it and squeeze and then weigh it.
You slowed it down.
Dog, he like owns up to being a fat bastard, and he just like he houses food. I would actually like to see him give it a go.
He seems to me like a natural eater, right? Like there's like Joey Chestnut, those Kobayashi, those guys like that. That's their profession. They train it. There's techniques, it's not just like eat a ton of food, but in terms of just like people off the street that you could just be like, yo, this guy can eat. He is in a category
Dog,
that
he eats, man. Like if you see some videos after he finishes weigh-ins, he just starts putting it back, dude. And like the way he talks about, like he's like, oh, when I'm over in the States, like I usually don't get above. When I'm in Europe, I usually don't get above 190 or something, 190 pounds. But when I'm in the States, I just blow up because like the serving sizes are so big and I can house anything. And then like I'm drinking a Coke and like you get down to like 25% left and they just plop another Coke in front of you and he's like, oh, great. Like he has like a glimmer in his eye. Speaking of it, like I am legit. I'm not making fun of him for like being like fat or anything. Like I am saying like,
yeah, this is about the eating,
this is
not
just
the weight.
He's a real eater, bro.
Yeah.
He just loves food. Like this dude just loves food and he can absolutely put it back. Like you always have those friends where it's just like, damn, man, like you eat a fuck ton.
Well, we see how, like talking about Arman, we were talking about Arman earlier. We see these videos of him just eating a lot of food and people going nuts. A Patty like food centric thing would do.
Oh, he
numbers.
does it. He posted like he's gone like London food tours and everything.
Is that
like
when he did the wings, like the 47 wings as part of like just like a...
Yeah, he's an animal. He's an animal.
Wow.
I would love to see him go after the mustard belt.
A great list. I have a confession as well. I knew that you did a look ahead, and I submitted a second list.
Oh,
what is this?
I
submitted
a second list.
Wow,
crossovers that I want to see.
Frank would never.
Frank
My list is submitted. My list is submitted. I can't spend another 10 minutes to make another one.
No,
Bullshit.
Frank doesn't have the effort, the gumption. Number 5.
A crossover list. I love it.
Number 5. Let's set the scene here. It's a Pleasantville-esque, picturesque high school setting.
Okay.
Out comes Troy Bolton, singing along, doing his thing. High School Musical kicks off. Oh, they're so cute. They're so great. Look at them. They're on the basketball team. They're doing their little songs. Inject into this setting Ghostface. High School Musical X Scream.
Oh, I love it.
Ghostface is systematically hunting down these teenagers. Zac Efron is getting sliced up in high school, but it's still a musical.
It's a musical, but it's also made now. So it's like 32-year-old Zac Efron.
He's back in high school.
35-year-old Vanessa Hudgens who like never drinks any water. Shout out. I'm in. I'm
High
so
School
in.
Musical X Scream. But the key is it has to maintain the musical element. Because if it doesn't, then it just becomes Scream, right? It's just a movie where he's... Yes. They are getting sliced up. Number 4. This one might not be known to American audiences fully, but my UK fans out there are going to love this one. There's a detective series led by Idris Elba called Luther. He is a detective that... John Luther is his character on the show. He is a detective that gets results, but how he kind of gets those results is a little bit not by the book, let's just say. He's a little, he colors a little bit outside the lines. He's a little bit of a vigilante. Who could I pair John Luther with? What crimes could he solve that would make for a fascinating foil? What crossover could we do? And only one name came to mind, and that's Dexter Morgan.
Oh, shout out.
John Luther hunting serial killer Dexter Morgan, But when he catches him, what's he going to do? Is he going to turn him in? Is he going to play good cop? Or is he going to teach Dexter some justice on behalf of Luther?
Tune into CBS this Thursday at 9
This
p.m.
one might have to go on like an HBO. This one might have to go a little off.
Anything Idris Elba, man.
He's fucking fantastic. It's a great detective series. Shout out to Luther. Watch that if you can. Number 3. This one to me was... This is not an obvious one, but it felt right once I put them together. I did a lot of permutations here. I was in the lab on this. One of my favorite people, one of my favorite, I talked about him in our duos. One of my favorite characters, one of my favorite things to think about is Batman. I love Batman. Batman is an iconic staple of my childhood. We can go Pattinson. I went Pattinson, but we could kind of apply this to anybody. Batman, world's greatest detective. What would happen though if all of a sudden the rogues gallery is getting hunted one by one by one? Does Batman have to save them? Does he allow it to happen? Is he conflicted? Does he have to prevent this from happening? What happens when John Wick enters the Dark Knight universe and is contracted to kill all of Batman's villains?
So like the Joker, the Riddler.
Joker is hunted by John Wick. Clayface hunted by John Wick. Catwoman hunted by John Wick. Contract for every single one of them. Will he stop John Wick? Is he obligated to? Does he try to facilitate this? Does he turn bad?
Who wins in a fight, Batman versus John Wick?
Well, they're going to have to fight.
They're both kind of this one and the same. John Wick, obviously, the gun specialist and everything, but like Batman is just a rich guy with tools.
Hand-to-hand combat. He's just a guy.
I'm in.
But this is going to be the tension of the movie is the bad guys are involved and maybe they turn on both of them. Maybe they try to help Batman. Maybe they try to help John Wick. Who knows how this all plays out? But there are a lot of elements in play here when John Wick is contracted to kill all
the Intercontinental
villains.
Gotham.
Is in Gotham. Okay, number 2. A franchise. By the way, these are all kind of like movie, TV. Like this is just where my head went. A franchise that's very important to me. One that I love dearly, the Fast and the Furious franchise. I am a huge fan of this franchise, and there could be many options here. It has been rumored that there has been Transformers thrown out there. Could there be a Fast and the Furious Transformers crossover? It was also rumored, crazily enough, could there have been a Fast and the Furious Jurassic Park crossover? That was something that was legitimately out there.
Transformers would have been nuts.
But ultimately where I landed, I thought Transformers could have been good, but I actually thought it would have been a little too goofy because the Transformers universe doesn't quite
like
jive.
Fast and Furious isn't fucking goofy.
No, but it's the way Fast and Furious is goofy is it's serious and Vin Diesel is goofy. Yeah. That's what makes it fantastic. And so I ultimately landed at Fast and the Furious meets Den of Thieves.
Okay.
Den of Thieves. Gerard Butler and crew.
50 Cent.
Who are undercover cops. Well, 50 maybe comes back in another movie, but shout out to Ice Cube's son. Have to hunt down Dom and his crew, but the only way to do it is to go deep undercover. And we know that the Fast franchise worked best when Brian was undercover at the very beginning. Run that same formula back. Den of Thieves meets Fast and the Furious. Cops undercover with Dom and the gang, leading to the epic showdown.
I can't wait to hear number 1.
Number 1. It's funny where you went with yours because I also had that thought. I also had the thought of what if my favorite movie character, Blade, met the cast of Twilight. But instead of Twilight, I thought, my man Blade needs a challenge. It can't just be like
High School Kids.
It can't just be a little bum. Yeah, Blade meets High School Musical. And they're all vampires. No, this one's a little bit of a deeper cut, but those that know. There's a movie called 30 Days of Night, starring Josh Hartnett, where the concept of this film is there's a town in Alaska where at a certain time of year, the sun does not come up for 60 days because of the way the Earth's rotation works. And this is actually a real thing, but I believe it's like 90 days in real life somewhere in the world. In this film, the people that live in this town are hunted by the vampires because the vampires use this as like their playground, right? Every year they know that this is coming and they descend upon the town for 60 full days of feasting. nothing makes me happier than the movie twist where you are hunting without realizing you become the hunted. So they are hunting in this town in Alaska, but it turns out Blade is there, and they are the ones that are now fucked. And Blade
honestly,
just
Blade
tears
in any
through them.
vampire movie.
Yeah, he's the best.
Put him in Nosferatu.
He's the best.
He's the best.
Let him pull up at the house.
He's the best.
Vampire Hunter D is.
But yeah, I really enjoyed thinking about like how I could get Blade to kill different people and Ghostface and things like that.
Was 30 Days of Night original? So it was a movie first? Was it a comic?
It might have been a comic first.
The only reason, because speaking of crossovers, like I own the 6 issues of 30 Days of Night when they did a crossover with X-Files. And this is a little bit timely fitting.
It's possible the comics came first.
What's interesting, though, is that they had a guest artist, Adam Jones, guitarist from Tool, did all of the illustrations for this 30 Days of Night X-Files thing. I've never read them. Like, I just have them because I'm a big Tool shill. But if you ever want to check them out, let me know.
Thank you. But yes, that's it. I would love to see Blade chop up some vampires. I'd love to see Ghostface kill some high schoolers.
Hell yeah.
John Luther on the case for Dexter would be.
I'm telling you, I had a blast. Like, it took me a while to come up with my list. I had a blast thinking about it.
I feel like the best movie of this bunch, though, John Wick versus Batman would really.
Oh, it would go hard. It would go hard. Yeah, that was the list. Pound for pound. Crossovers we want to see, but also crossovers that have already happened. A bit of a crossover list. If you will. We'll be back with in just a minute with some shout-outs, big hitters, Strava group, and your voicemails and super chats. Don't go anywhere.
Looking back, how did you handle fame?
You forget. I've been around and in a room with The Rock. That's fame.
Right. Okay.
That's fame.
So you didn't walk around thinking like you were okay.
No. I've never considered myself famous in any way. Be in a room with The Rock. Every eye's on him. Everybody wants a piece of him. Everybody wants to go up to him. I've never experienced that.
So I chose to take the approach with Clemson that one of two things is going to happen. One is, there's a bunch of returning starters, but really they're just returning a bunch of guys who weren't really elite last year, and so you're just going to get more of the same, and it's going to be a big disappointment. Or they really are going to be one of the best teams in the country, and Dabo's going to have the ultimate I told you so dunk on the entirety of the college football public moment. Well, the latter is not going to happen.
So for OKC, I feel like they should be the favorites again. Does development plateau for this young roster, or do they keep ascending?
The Thunder are set up to succeed. I think that's the one thing we have all talked about as far as the scary part of last year. It's not just how good they were, it's that they're set up to continue to be good. And I believe in the structure they have to be able to replicate a lot of success.
I'm the one who put DJ Lagway number 1 on his list of quarterbacks, not for the SEC, not for the state of Florida, not for Alachua County, but for the entire country. And for that, I apologize.
Maybe we should have given more credence to A, he's young, B, he's missed a lot of time with injury, C, he just hasn't played enough football yet. I feel like we are wrong, but I don't want to give up on the potential of that happening. Now, whether that's at Florida next year or somewhere else.
Man, shout out to that music there. That sounded like it sounded kind of ominous.
Yeah, a little spooky.
I feel like sometimes the music
If you're a Florida fan, it is ominous.
Hey, shout out to UF, man. Go Gators. All right, let's run through some big hitters real quick from a big weekend in combat sports, both Noche UFC and Canelo Crawford. Some of these tickets are just crazy. We start back-to-back weeks for Gio Janeiro. He hits a 6-leg plus 22,777 parlay, $5 to win 1,138. Montserrat Rendon, Jesus Aguilar, Diego Lopez, Santiago Luna, David Martinez, and Rafa Garcia. 5 of the 6 plus money and a minus 125 in Santiago Luna. Absolutely nailed it. Turn a quick Abraham Lincoln $5 bill into over $1,100. Next up, Dana White's locks. I don't know if this was a lock, but he nailed it, man. $6 into $1,200. Tommy Gant to win by submission. Iwo Barnowski to win by KO, and Hetcher Souza to win by decision. Those being on Dana White Contender Series. Unbelievable. Plus 19,900. We keep rolling along. This is a shout out to Justin Aguilar's brother, Luis. He sent this to me. Nailed it. Diego Lopez KO round 2 plus 2,800, $10 into 290. I cannot even imagine how crazy he went when Diego Lopez threw that elbow. Like, it did not look great in that round 2 until he threw that elbow. Unbelievable stuff.
A nice one.
Must have gone absolutely bananas. Next up, High Tunes 88, 6 picks plus 14,904. Very similar to the last one, if not the exact same. Montserrat Rendon, Jesus Aguilar, Santiago Luna, Rafa Garcia, David Martinez, Diego Lopez, all with Mexican representation. $20 into 3,000. The crown surely is yours, iTunes. Congrats on an unbelievable hit. Next up, Juvie Doobie Doo. 5 legs, $1,497. Terence Crawford, dog. Diego Lopez, dog. Rafa Garcia, dog. Alexander Hernandez, minus 110. Tatiana Suarez. Jesus Aguilar, dog. Zachary Reese, which voided. And Montserrat Rendon, dog. Shout out to Juvie Doobie Doo. Unbelievable hit. And then we finish it off with Logan Matt. Logan Matt, 9. 2 parlays. Dusko to win by sub. Hernandez to win by KO. Kelvin Gastelum to win by decision. $10 into 422. And then he does Rendon, Aguilar, Luna, Garcia, David Martinez. Very popular.
A lot of people did the Mexico parlay.
I guess I just got to start doing that for these cards where they're in certain places and they stack them with the nationality of the location they're at. The French one hit, the Mexican one hit, and then when I take it, it's going to go like 2 for 10.
Yeah.
$10 into 549. Also, well, we keep the we don't have any bets this week. We'll keep the shout out train rolling. Strava group just going strong. Shout out to my guy Jake Sharp, who's hitting the pavement with his son getting out there. 1.5 mile. It's better than nothing. And then he did a run himself. Went 0.9 miles. First time back in years, he said. Shout out to Jake Sharp. Look at that. First time back in years, baby. Shout out to him. A couple others to go through. Just love seeing. Hey, team, reporting from New Zealand. Got a quick 10K in. Shout out to the Greymouth Road Tramp. Shout out to New Zealand. Shout out to the Kiwis. We roll along. My guy, throwing up the Oban Elliott.
Love it.
Fucking hell. Also in New Zealand. Early morning in New Zealand. Gotta watch Chelsea
You
Brentford.
picked the wrong one.
Gotta watch
Too many fucks on here.
Give me a fucking hell, Frankie.
Fucking hell.
There it is.
Shout out to the Welsh Gangster. A couple more. Let's just burn through them real quick. This guy, have to shout out. Chris Reyes, running in Boston, Massachusetts. First run in months. Knees are cooked. Shout out to GC for inspiring me to join and hit the pavement. Plus, he found out this morning he's having a girl as his first child.
Hey!
Shout out to Chris Reyes, man. Appreciate you listening. Appreciate you running, brother. You look fantastic out there. A couple more. Luke Hercules just getting in a blazing fast half marathon, 2 hours in Sydney, Australia. Shout out to him. And then lastly, our guy David McMurden, 10K with his 10-year-old cockapoo. We even got the dogs running. 10K in less than an hour. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to everyone on Strava. Shout out to everyone with the big hitters. Shout out to everyone listening. We appreciate you.
Shout out.
More than you know. Frankie, we got any voicemails, brother?
Ahoy, ahoy.
Hey, boys. What's up? Jesse from St. Louis calling in.
Hey, shout out to St. Louis.
Love the show. Love to watch parties. But I got to ask, are we going to see any pack ripping on Boys in the Back or maybe the watch parties? I was thinking about this when I was watching Ariel rip the PFL packs, and it was pretty fun. I'd love to see you guys get back to ripping some packs. Let me know. By the way, GC, I'm coming for you on Strava. Sub 20, 5K. See you there.
Come on, son.
Later,
Let's
boy.
go.
The Strava is taking off, man.
Strava's taking off. Yeah, I mean, dude, it gets me out on the pavement. It gets other people out on the pavement. And it's a blast. We're still waiting for the New York Rick post.
Not a runner.
Massive pop if it happens. Huge kudos. Frankie, Jordan, Andy, Ariel.
If I hop on there and just do one run, all right?
It'll be a huge pop.
We could do a run.
You got to take a selfie, post it in the Uncrowned group. Massive pop. You'll get a ton of kudos.
All right.
It'll be sick. I have to say, I've officially pushed for the packs. I've started being like, let's do the packs. Let's bring them back. We got to bring back the packs. Bring back the packs. 320.
If you are an intrepid, card company out there, and you would like representation, and we can rip up with some packs, let's do business.
They're not cheap, is what we're saying. They're not cheap, is what we're saying. But maybe we just have to do a couple examples, and then we can bring it out.
You come to us.
Panini. The hottest cards on the market. Tops. Your exclusive home. But yes, packs are coming back.
Hey, Connor, what are your thoughts on MMA media members going into amateur fighting, and would you ever do it? Thank you. Goodbye.
No one, not a name, not anything. No one else
just wants to
addressed.
know.
Just directly, Connor.
Just answer the question.
Are you going to fight?
I love it. I mean, I think it's great. Like as long as you're doing it safely and like you're not pouring everything into it and you're not taking it too seriously. I think it's fun. Would I fight? Probably not MMA. I don't need to go get choked out on a not national television, but a streaming service online or anything like that. Maybe boxing though. Maybe like a nice 4-rounder in boxing. I could be open to. Anything that I would do, it would be for fun and just to experience it. It would not be a serious like I'm gonna knock this dude's head into the 4th round. I'm taking this so seriously. I'm gonna become a pro boxer. I'm 32. The fight games passed me by, unfortunately. But I mean, it's something I would be open to.
What's up, boys? Ben from Tucson again. A regular, as you guys said. Hopefully. I was just sitting here watching the show, and you guys said no one's calling about the mailman fight leagues or door dashers as my big Samoan. Trust me, I told him about it, GC. He wants to smoke. Anybody from Atlanta, come get it. The reason why I feel like people aren't calling about it is just like Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson. No date, no venue, no streaming service.
There's a little bit of a point.
We need answers. So hit me up. We got you. Anyone in Atlanta can come get it. Shout out GC.
Shout out to my guy, man.
And Frank. And Rick. And Jordan.
There
and Andy.
it is. There it is. Way to finish.
And the other Ben back there. I know you're there. Peace, boys.
Ben, Ben's not in the back, but good on you. You got that locked in.
He's in our hearts.
Yeah, he's always in our hearts.
Maybe he's shouting out Ben Hefner.
That's what I'm saying. He's saying in the back though. Ben's not here. Ben's
legend. Ben's a legend.
elsewhere. Ben's in another part of the country, but he is a legend.
What's up, boys and Bizac? Hey, it's your boy Trill from Las Vegas. Hey, I got a question. Right. Oh, shout out to all you guys, by the way.
Shout out to you,
especially Andy. She holds it down. She's like the mama bear. I love her. I got a question though. So after you do your weigh-in, what is the most amount of weight you're allowed to gain after weigh-in? So say you weigh in at 155. Can you walk in there at like 180, if possible, if you could put it on? Is there a weight limit? How does this work? Hit me up. I've been listening to you guys for 3 years before this era. And you guys help me through my day, every day, on my weekly route. I'm an Amazon driver. Speaking of which, hey, these mailmen are not ready for me.
So bad.
They don't do what I do. They can't do 200 stops with 400 packages in 114 degree weather. They is not ready for that.
Vegas
this is the fight capital, baby, Las Vegas. Tell them to run it.
I haven't seen no mailman on Sunday.
Shout out. Love you guys, man. Have a good day.
Shout out to you, brother. Great call. Mailman Fight League is as alive as it's ever been. I don't think there is a limit on weight, but
so it depends, right? California, for example, they want you to only be 15% or less. They will not stop your fight if you're more, but if you're like 20% or more, they next time might call into question your license, make you reapply, things like that. And then obviously we know for certain fights, like in boxing, they will say rehydration clause. They'll say you cannot go above this weight or you'll be fined or we might even cancel the fight. So there's not a blanket thing about how much somebody could gain, but there are jurisdictions or agreements where people set those numbers. So that's kind of how it is. But like if nobody says anything, it's fair game. You could gain as much as you want.
What's up, boys in the back?
What's up, bro?
Trey from South Dakota. Last time I was on, I ate a big bowl of fruit late at night to celebrate you guys being back. Update on that. My stomach felt great the next day. Ariel's fucking crazy, which is
I was going
fine.
to say he had horrible gas.
But I just finished your Wednesday episode from September the 10th.
Okay.
When I'm making this call, I was listening to work. Well, I was listening to you guys at work. Thanks so much for the show. And something with Jordan's fucking delay on his microphone was like the most unbearable fucking shit I've ever heard in my life. Sorry for cussing too much.
Stop the podcast.
Like he just had this weird delay of like 5 minutes. It's like Ariel would be talking to him, he wouldn't fucking say shit, and Ariel would just be like chilling. And then 5 minutes later, Ariel's like giving this breakdown over crazy recent events, you know. And then fucking Jordan will just interrupt talking about his fucking favorite football
Fucking
club.
Jordan.
Like, it was fucking awful. But I'm sure you guys already heard about it. But I figured I'd just let you know that like it was.
Just love we didn't
there was
stop
an
the
issue
podcast.
going on. But yeah, shout out to the boys in the back. Give me like a pound for pound for your favorite video games. Jordy do that? I don't fucking know. Thanks for the show.
Amazing call.
That's one of my favorite calls. Frank, Jordan, anything to say for yourselves?
He's a bit of an anachronism. Like sometimes he's just off, you know.
Yeah.
No, there was a technical issue with the audio playback of the podcast.
Audio issue.
Thank you for bringing it to our attention. It has been fixed.
Frankie was torn up about it and fixed it immediately.
Yeah, torn up for sure.
Hey, what's up, boys? Leviticus Appleton, Savannah, Georgia. Really didn't want to make this call, man. Really didn't want to. And I'll tell you what, I am at 2 hours, 52 minutes, and 51 seconds into your episode. And this is the moment where I realized I just had to call. This is what Rick chimed in to say at the end of the show. Let's listen.
Important note. The voicemail numbers are going down a little bit.
The voicemail numbers are going down, he says.
I think we need to start advertising them more.
Oh, we got to start advertising more. That's interesting because I left a great voicemail that you didn't play. I actually filled the whole 3-minute time constraint perfectly.
I feel like that doesn't make
it was a very, very good question. I guess the topic might have been a little bit too risque for you guys, but you know, I thought maybe I thought you guys were just a little more brave. But I just want to say one thing. For you to say at the end of this episode, you don't have enough. That's bullshit stuff. And you know it. And you guys did it to me again. You screwed me. I gave you gold. And once again, I had to listen voicemail after voicemail after voicemail. Not mine. Not that I don't think everyone has to deserve, but you're scared. You're upsetting my cat. Okay. Bye.
Shout out to you, Leviticus.
All-timer from Leviticus Appleton, who I believe is an actor.
He's fantastic. The crying on command has become on point.
Leviticus Appleton has a IMDb page where he has been in 4 different movies, shorts, videos. Bride Hard.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Bride Hard with Rebel Wilson and
for real.
Yeah, Leviticus Appleton was in this as deckhand number 1.
Fucking hell, Leviticus Appleton! Shout out to you.
Shout out to LA,
and we obviously played your voicemail, so you don't have to cry next week.
I just listened. This is my first time calling and hearing that, like the voicemail pickup thing. And you guys, I didn't know you guys were all just sitting there cheesing. But I am at work taking a cigarette break right now.
Hell yeah.
And I'm just calling to leave you guys a message. I heard on the last show you guys aren't getting as many call-ins. I'm a FedEx driver, so I got to contribute, keep the fight league going, you know. But I just want to say thank you for you guys. You know, I listen to you guys a lot. I'm so happy that I get to listen to you more throughout the week, you know, and then I do love the dynamic between Frank and GC. It's like when your favorite TV show ends and it's like a new spinoff and you're like, oh, I didn't know I needed this, but like the original show's still going. Love Ariel, love everybody. Appreciate everything you guys do. And yeah, I'll become a regular caller. I got to get like a topic. I just like park in thought, like I just call, but just appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate everything you do.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the call, man.
I love a freestyle call where you're just
love
like,
it.
I didn't know what I was going to say.
I'm gonna just let it spit.
I'm just letting it go.
Boys in the back, Sully from Cape Cod again. It's been a while. Let me see. I got a couple questions. One, I was in the Navy for 8 years, man. I'm curious if
Thank you for your service.
you guys had to join one branch, Army, Air Force, Marines, Navy, Coast Guard. Which branch would you join? I'll take an answer from all you guys, Jordan, fucking everybody. And the only other question I got is dream fights with active fighters that are in the UFC right now. There's one that just sticks out in my head for me personally. It would be Ilia Topuria versus John Silva. That fight would just be fucking insane. The striking
would be pretty insane.
Christ, man. That's my dream fight. I hope it happens at some point, but they're both fairly young, so I think it's possible, but we'll see. Thanks, guys. Love you. Peace.
Branch of the military, Marines. Brothers in the Marines, so I'd just piggyback on that.
Yeah, my dad was in the Air Force, so maybe I'll go that.
Frank?
Shout out to Will.
I'm an Air Force guy.
I feel like
There you go.
Thought we got a Coast Guard or something.
Reserves.
Boys
I
in
mean,
the
dream
back.
fight
It's
was Islam.
Saturday. No to UFC. Early in the morning here in Los Angeles. Actually, not early in the morning. Early in the afternoon. Woke up late, but I just finished listening to you guys. And Rick, you're saying that the numbers are down. So here I am doing my duty.
Call
first
to
time ever
action,
that I call you
man.
guys.
Call.
I love you both. I love Ariel. I've been listening since the beginning. I'm 52 years old. I'm a huge fan of all you guys. Love you deeply, profoundly, every single day. I listen to you guys. I listen to every minute of every show.
Fucking hell.
Ever since the pandemic. It's been every single minute of every single show. No, I haven't missed a day. I haven't missed a minute. And before that, I used to watch Ariel and the MMA Beat, and basically practically didn't miss any of those shows either.
Beat's coming back next week.
Just want to tell you guys I love you very much. Thanks for being part of my life. And yeah, keep up the good work.
We love you, man. We appreciate the call. I actually am sorry at the amount of content we put out if you don't miss a single minute, because there is a lot of it.
Thank you for letting us be a part of your life.
This guy's a D1.
Sorry about that.
Boys in the back. It's Saturday. No to UFC. Early in the morning here in Los Angeles. Actually, not early in the morning. Early in the afternoon.
Is this the same one?
I couldn't even tell, to be honest.
Damn, bro, you really hit him with a D1 Glazer and then fucked him.
Boys, Jackson from Los Angeles.
What's up, Jackson?
I just wanted to call and thank you for keeping me up to date on all things MMA. I'm currently 5 months into my walk across this country on the PCT, and yeah, without you guys, I just wouldn't be able to stay up to date on the all things MMA.
That's crazy.
Two quick things. GC, man, your fight feasts, bro, are killing me on trail. This last one, when you were talking about the 9 or the 11 out of 10 pistachio and raspberry croissants,
So
bro.
good. I might go get
My
one this
God,
weekend.
I had to eat like my 1,000th Cliff Bar just to pretend like I was eating one of those things. And Rick, man, I did not think it was possible to have a worse take than your Lord of the Rings take, but my God, you've done it.
I like this guy.
The drums versus flats. Look, I hear you. You're entitled to your own opinion.
Is he?
I think you might not be eating the flats right, my guy.
Yeah.
You gotta take the flat, you take the small end, you push all the skin and
He eats like a
meat
toddler.
towards the bigger end, and you just eat it in one bite.
A big lollipop.
Chicken wing lollipop. It's incredible. Clean bone. All right, boys. Have a good one. Peace.
My guy, shout out.
Who doesn't know how to eat a flat? It's not about that.
I don't know.
Flats are fire. Love that. Also, flats are so much easier to dip. You can cover the entire thing in it. I'm cool with whatever. I'm not gonna ask for all either way. Shout out to the PCT, the Pacific Crest Trail, is what he is currently on.
How long is that?
He said across the country, so like he's talking across the West Coast from Mexico to Canada. You literally start at the Mexican border, go all the way up through LA, all the way up through Northern California, all the way up through Oregon, through Portland, through Seattle, all the way to the Canadian border.
How many miles is it?
Let's see. How many miles? Shout out to you for keeping up, for listening, man. We can't tell you how much we appreciate that. 2,653 miles.
Oh my God.
So this is kind of like the West Coast Appalachian Trail.
Wow, that is nuts.
Keep on keeping on, brother. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you still listening.
Yeah, you got to stop doing fight fees because he's munching on those Cliff Bars, thinking about better times.
I'm sorry.
It would make sense he likes Lord of the Rings because that sounds like Lord of the Rings.
He's walking,
doing nothing.
Currently reading The Hobbit, really enjoying it. It's great.
Shout out to you. But congratulations. That's a monumental task.
See, Rick be the kind of guy, he just loves a good finger food, right? So he'll order like onion rings when you're at an expensive steakhouse, and he probably prefers the drumsticks because his fingers stay less, dirty. I appreciate it though.
Remember when we got those?
Did Jordan suggest this one? That was.
I have not said a word all show. Not a word all show.
All on your own.
Lord of the Rings sucks. Onion rings, great. Order them where you want.
Wow.
He's
literally got brown on his.
But maybe you shouldn't eat them with a fork and a knife. Use your hands. Be a man.
Objectively, Lord of the Rings does not suck. Like it is simply just like I didn't enjoy Lord of the Rings because I am an uncultured swine. Is the correct way of saying it.
Didn't you say you've never seen The Godfather the other day?
That was me.
I have seen both Godfathers.
That was Frank.
They're quality movies.
I haven't seen them because I'm waiting for a rainy day.
I did say Godfather 3 sucks.
What up, boys in the back?
What's up, bro?
This is Thomas from Queens.
Tommy, Queens.
Thanks, Rick, for the shout out. Connor, I'm doing well. How about yourself? All right.
You tried.
Question for Frank, GC, and New York Rick. The scenario is that you went out for a couple of drinks at a bar. A verbal dispute has broken out between your pals and some hecklers at the bar. Plot twist. The 3 pals you are with that night are active UFC fighters that you now have to fight your way out of the bar with, as the verbal dispute has now turned physical.
Oh, hell yeah.
Who are these 3 fighters that you choose? Who are these 3 fighters of your choice to help you during this conflict? Choose wisely. All right. Love you, boys. Boys in the back. The best of the best. See ya.
My guy. Thank you for the call. Shout out to Thomas.
Queens.
Shout out to Queens. Didn't ask how you doing. 3 fighters to get out of a bar brawl with. All right, easy. First up, Tom Aspinall, no doubt.
Fuck yeah, that's
because
probably
he's
a
our
good
boy
one.
and he's gigantic and he's the fucking man.
I almost feel like it diffuses the moment they see Tom Aspinall. It'd be like, oh, I don't want to fuck with the big dude with the neck tattoo.
Well, let's go ahead and diffuse the moment a little bit more by looks. We're gonna have Alex Pereira with us as well. That's definitely happening.
I like this so far. I'm riding with this.
Now, who is the third one? Because you automatically think like
Toro?
I was gonna say like an Ilia Topuria or like an Islam Makhachev or something like that.
Islam would be great.
The thing is,
Raza, you don't want.
Okay. Here's the thing. Fuck though. I was gonna say
we need a woman.
Well, I was gonna say we're sinking pints with Tom, but Alex does not drink anymore, so Alex is DDing for us. And I was gonna say Islam could DD, but we've already got the DD in Alex. You know who might
Sean
be?
Strickland.
Actually, one up you, fun to drink with, and also an absolute menace, DDP.
DDP would be pretty.
If we're rolling around us, Tom, Pereira, and DDP, ain't no.
We're getting out of there.
We're getting out of there safe and sound. Those are the 3. That's the squad.
I like it.
DDP.
I do feel like DJ in there somewhere as well. He's a fast
active
talker.
UFC fighters.
Oh, you said active?
UFC fighters. We're also talking size, man. DJ is the greatest, but he's also the greatest of the smallest.
Going non-UFC, Darren Till's my number 1 draft pick. That guy's getting you out of the bar, guaranteed.
Keep my fucking name out your mouth.
No, in this case, he is respect, a compliment.
Hey, boys. Plus Dandy. minus GC. Harry calling again from Long Island. Question is for New York Rick. Help me out here. I have this vague memory of driving my car down the LIE Long Island Expressway, flipping through the Sirius XM channels, and I seem to recall listening to live on radio commentary for, it might have been UFC, could have been another MMA promotion. I don't think it was Rogan. I don't think it was Anik. It's just some random sports channel on, I think, XM radio. So, yeah, is this still a thing? Was it ever a thing? Am I making this up? Anyways, hope you all have a great weekend, except for GC. Thanks. Bye.
Damn. Fuck you, bro.
Your Long Island hate has gotten you some haters.
Good.
Yes, Sirius Fight Nation used to do live play-by-play on Sirius, like on Sirius XM.
I was listening to some Talk Sport this morning. They had Joseph Parker on.
Shout out.
Radio, old school radio is hard to listen to now, man.
Because what? Like what's the difference between that and, let's say, like a podcast? Like why?
Commercials.
Oh, okay.
So many. They took one commercial break. I was in the shower and I had it on a speaker playing, and the entire shower was just commercials.
Oh, yeah.
Because like on linear radio, I guess that's what you would call it, traditional radio, the commercial breaks are like 7-8 minutes long, bro. It's just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Let's get back to it here. Do love Talk Sport though. Just love watching the Brits banter.
Shut up.
But wait a minute. You said that you notoriously take like a 90-second shower.
It depends on the day.
All right. Just making sure. I'm like, yeah, I'm not.
I am capable of, if I am moving, like a 60-second shower.
No joke. Like ever since you told me that, I've been trying to hit those numbers.
Just keep it moving, man.
But
if
I
have nothing to do, bro, dim the lights down, hop in the shower, blast the heat, and just stand there.
Yeah, I'm always
just thinking about nothing, completely zoning out.
I'm luxuriating. I mean, I enjoy a shower.
What up, boys?
What's up,
from Nebraska.
Oh, legend.
Right.
Let's go. Back with another
Shout out Andy Janovich.
Shout out Southern Miss.
First off, Friday, big win for the high school team. I coach defensive backs. Thanks for asking.
Nice.
DC.
Congrats.
Fuck yeah.
Big win. Back at it. Thursday, short week. Big one. Big one on Thursday.
Let's go.
So, wish my boys luck.
Good luck.
What'd you end up watching?
So shout out. Appreciate it. Then, Southern Miss. Lock. I told you. Big time win. Multiple possessions. As an underdog.
Yep.
No biggie. So I know what people want to know, which is what my pick is for this week. This time I'm raising the stakes. If my pick is wrong this week, I won't call back ever again. Everyone can be free from me talking about football on this MMA podcast.
No, we miss you. We'll miss you, Brett.
Nah, he's gonna
hit. This is the biggest loss of all time because I have words.
All time.
Right? Not a guarantee. I have a source deep within the department that tells me this weekend at home against Michigan, Terence Crawford is going to walk the Huskers out. And if that happens, the place is going to go insane. It's already going to be on 10, right? My fiance herself is worth at least 100,000 people, and there's already 90,000 people in there. You should hear her scream. You think I'm loud. You think I'm obnoxious. She's locked in.
Oh, we've heard her, bro.
She's screaming tackle all the time. Doesn't even know what the play's going on. She's just screaming tackle, and the boys listen. Okay? So I tell you right now, Huskers by, I'm going to say 30-20, 31-21, something right around there. Terence Crawford walks them out, gets the boys fired up, and after we win, I'm going to call and be the most obnoxious person on the planet. Or something crazy happens, we lose, you'll never have to hear from me again. Go take all the money, take your 401k, your Roth IRA.
He's putting it all out there.
Take it out, go put it on the Huskers as dogs, go Big Red, see you at the top.
We have to start a ladder challenge with Brett's picks because they've been absolute stone cold locks. The Nebraska first week, now Southern Miss, now we're going back to Nebraska plus 105. We're starting the ladder challenge this week. Go Huskers, go Terence Crawford. Brett, you have to continue to call in. We will continue with voicemails after this quick break. Done on Fast, only on YouTube now.
Looking back, how did you handle fame? You forget. I've been around and in a room with The Rock. That's fame.
Right. Okay.
That's fame.
So you didn't walk around thinking like you were okay.
No. I've never considered myself famous in any way. Be in a room with The Rock. Every eye's on him. Everybody wants a piece of him. Everybody wants to go up to him. I've never experienced that.
So I chose to take the approach with Clemson that one of two things is going to happen. One is, there's a bunch of returning starters, but really they're just returning a bunch of guys who weren't really elite last year, and so you're just going to get more of the same, and it's going to be a big disappointment. Or they really are going to be one of the best teams in the country, and Dabo's going to have the ultimate I told you so dunk on the entirety of the college football public moment. Well, the latter is not going to happen.
So for OKC, I feel like they should be the favorites again. Does development plateau for this young roster, or do they keep ascending?
The Thunder are set up to succeed. I think that's the one thing we have all talked about as far as the scary part of last year. It's not just how good they were, it's that they're set up to continue to be good. And I believe in the structure they have to be able to replicate a lot of success.
I'm the one who put DJ Lagway number 1 on his list of quarterbacks, not for the SEC, not for the state of Florida, not for Alachua County, but for the entire country. And for that, I apologize.
Maybe we should have given more credence to A, he's young, B, he's missed a lot of time with injury, C, he just hasn't played enough football yet. I feel like we are wrong, but I don't want to give up on the potential of that happening. Now, whether that's at Florida next year or somewhere else.
All right, welcome back. A few more voicemails to get to. Thanks to everyone for sending them in. What else we got, Frankie?
What's up, boys? This is round 2. I think my signal dropped, so whatever happened there, I'll just move on. Just wanted to shout out Rick. He just said my family. As soon as I saw he had money on, what's his name? John Silva. He was hyping him up. He said his technique is all this, all that. I said, you know what?
Thanks for feeding
Diego
my
Lopez is a dog. Plus money on him, I have to. And so I did. Now my children's children won't have to work. So shout out to Rick. And I almost bet on Canelo, but I kind of.
Oh, I don't get credit for that. I don't get credit for that one, though.
Take your word for it, and you freaking nailed it, man. That was on the dot. Canelo looked like he didn't even want to be there. Terence looked like the freaking best boxer of all time I've ever seen. So I don't know. What do you think is next for him? Thank you.
I really don't know. Terence could do anything. I have no idea.
Yeah, it could. I don't even know what weight class he's going to fight at next. I don't even know if he's going to fight an actual boxer, if he's going to have someone crossing over. I truly don't know. And I don't think he knows either at this point.
Congrats to you, though. I'm glad your family is doing well.
Yo, boys in the back. Darius from Baton Rouge again. Second time calling in.
Hey, shout out Baton Rouge.
I was just sitting here thinking, like, you guys' phone line reminds me of, like, the old Dateline advice. Like, people used to call in, and I'd see it on TV late at night. Well,
you know
I'm going to use you guys like that.
No, it's not Dateline. It was called.
So I'm 26.
What's the one with Dr. Drew?
I'm single. I have no kids.
Love
and I work
phone,
a full-time job.
Love
but
line.
I still feel like I'm missing some purpose. I'm happy, but I just don't know exactly where I'm headed. That might be a bigger question than you guys to give me, but I would like your opinion. Where was your guys' heads at when you were 26 years old? Hopefully the audio isn't too crap. And I know that was like maybe 3 millennials ago for you, Frank. But yeah, just a great question. I would like to know your opinion. Have a great day.
You old fuck.
Yeah, you old fuck.
Wasn't
Everyone
talking to me.
Everyone have a good weekend.
Granddaddy over here.
I heard that Rick was going for Jean Silva, so I knew I had to bet against him and feed my family. I love it. All right. So y'all were yapping over him, spilling his whole life story.
Yeah, we were kind of.
26, single, feels like he doesn't have purpose, direction in his life. And then he asked where we were when we were 26. 26 was 2019. Wow. I was in Bristol working graveyard shifts, 10p to 6a on the weekends. It was tough. It wore me down hard. So yeah, dude, you have ample time to start finding joy out of your work and finding something to do. In terms of purpose, I don't really know. I think that's finding like what you care about, what aligns with your values, what aligns with your beliefs, what you feel like you are brought here to do, and that's just something you're gonna have to find out on your own. The single thing, I don't sweat that. You are 26 years old, man. Everybody wants a partner in their life, but like you just don't know when that's gonna happen for you,
or not. Maybe you don't,
and that's not the end of the world.
Partner,
that is not the end of the world, man.
When I was 26. I was just starting out, like working with Ariel, like infancy of my real career that is now my full-time thing. I also like didn't know what I necessarily wanted to do, but the thing that I did at 26 that has served me well now and that will probably serve you well is just take chances and go out and do things. You're not going to find that purpose by just like sitting home and stewing about it, or kind of, you have to like go out there and live some life and really like get old enough. You might not know what you really want to do until you're 30. You might not really know what you want to do till you're 35. You have to go out there and experience these things and really try things in life to the point that you know yourself, you start to learn more about yourself, and you're never going to do that just by thinking about, oh, what is my direction? You'll find it, but you need to go do some things. So go. If you have some things that you've been looking to cross off your bucket list, go do them. If you have some things that you've always wanted to do and you felt like, is now the perfect time, there's never a better time. Just go do some things, learn about yourself, and then that direction will start to become clearer and clearer and clearer. Whether it's, I want to be a family man, I want to have all these kids, I want to pour myself into my work. You have to kind of find yourself. And so go do that.
Well said.
What's up, boys in the back? This is Ryan from Long Island. Just had a question for you guys, and I guess anyone in the back. The question is your post-work routine. For me, I'm a special education teacher in New York, and a lot of the times when I go home, my decompression is kind of going into the backyard, sitting out for a bit, no phone, no nothing, maybe a little Pendulum, and kind of processing the day. Curious what all of you guys, Frank, Rick, GC, Andy, Jordan, everyone, what your go-to decompression post-work routine looks like. All right? Thanks for all you guys do, and keep up the good work.
Yeah, pretty crucial thing is the post-work routine. I usually get home immediately, like try to change out of whatever I was wearing just to get comfortable and separate a little church and state from work and everything like that. I finally gave in and bought this thing called a brick.
Nice.
It's this like thing you make a wall out of. No, I'm just kidding. It's this thing you scan your phone and it shuts down all the apps, like so you can't get into them. And then like there's like a physical barrier to go do it. So if it's not already bricked, which it is right now, I'm bricked up, and my screen time has been down dramatically since getting this. I'll walk in, brick the old phone up, off it, can't get on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, these things that'll keep me on the phone. Brick the phone, try to eat as soon as I get home, and then like I'm with you. I wish I had a backyard. I got a nice courtyard that I can go decompress in. But yeah, just try to decompress and like not think about work, not think about job, anything like that, and just try to do something to relax and try to not think about the next day either. Is what I usually try to do.
I'm on the phone, unfortunately. Like, I mean, it's not the ideal one, but like I don't get the anxiety around the phone that a lot of people do.
Just waste too much time on it.
For me, that's my decompression. I'm just on there. I'm playing Magic. I'm scrolling bullshit, watching TikToks. Once I get home, though, like this is, commute and stuff. Once I get home, I'm probably hopping in front of the laptop and watching a movie, something like that. But nothing too crazy.
I listen to some music. On my way home, I always let my wife know, hey, I'm on my way in case something happens in the commute. Ask her to fire up the amplifier so it's all ready for me to go when I get there. And yeah.
Do you stare at the wall?
No. Sometimes I'll read. Sometimes I'll fuck around on my phone. Sometimes I actually just sit there and, I guess I do kind of stare at the wall.
Yeah, I try to read a good amount too. Been reading a good one called The Hobbit lately.
Haven't heard of it.
Yeah, there's a whole movie series based off of it.
Have you gotten to Tom Bombadil yet?
Nah, man, spoilers. Come on, bro.
I mean,
Jesus Christ.
It's a good chunk of the book, so you just
Bilbo.
prepare yourself.
Bilbo.
Shout out
to the bag man.
What I'm definitely not
Bricked
doing
up,
is doing any Lord of the Rings stuff to decompress.
Jeez.
But just
Agreed.
find something that's like enjoyable. It doesn't have to be the same thing every day. Some days I cook. Some days I go on a bike ride, jump in the old ocean. You know, just something that's enjoyable for you. That's not anything related to what you do on a daily basis.
Bingo. That's the crucial part for me. I just anything but work. You guys didn't see the group chat. I'm like, I know.
Even for 30 minutes, be like, hey man, you want to go meet up for a beer? We're getting off the train at the same time. Let's go grab a drink.
Shout out.
I've just been walking on a treadmill while I watch some TV.
Oh,
It's been really
yeah.
nice.
Hell yeah. I love walking. I'm on a crazy 10K steps streak right now. Like almost 4 months.
Oh shit!
Were you inspired by The Hobbit?
No, but I've been getting my damn steps in lately.
Love that.
All right, I guess it's rolling. Listen, boys, Sam calling from the 613, capital city of Canada, home of the iconic 2019 UFC Fight Night, headline Cowboy Cerrone, and Raging Ally Quinta.
Hey,
Shout
shout
out to
out.
my finest real estate agent.
Uh,
Listen,
we'll circle back to that.
Funny, Rick asked for more mailmen to call in,
Yes.
knowing full well the world's #1 best mailman in the world is sitting just a few feet away from him. And I'm referring to mailman Frank, because this guy's just been mailing it in week after week. Listen, you want to be cute and quirky? That's fine. But almost every week, what are we doing here? Put yourself in my shoes, all right? After work, I put the show on in the background. I'm trying to decompress, get the boy just takes an analysis on things, and we get the pound for pound segment, and just like fucking claw. The Frank's pound for pound list just fucking ruins it. Just unconcerned, uninterested, blasé bullshit. Like, I'm trying to unwind. I got to do a Frank's pathetic pound for pound list. Like, dude, unacceptable, right? Like Frank's looks like the UFC Apex. You know what I mean? Like it's flawed, bottom tier bullshit. You just got to sit there and power through it. There's a reason why if I go to a pie shop, they don't have fucking shrimp cocktails on the menu. That's not a freaking pie, dude. Like, please just fucking get your shit together, man. Because I don't know. I don't know how much I could take of this. Like,
I can
I'm
imagine him
really
like
sorry.
stamping
Hang
his
in there,
feet
come on.
while he's saying this.
Oh man,
Frank, your rebuttal, man.
the #1 mailman.
There's nothing to be said.
God, that was a banger call.
was
God,
banger.
that was great. Bravo to you. Bravo to you.
He mentioned Ally Quinta. We got some breaking news. Next week on this here show, so reminder, next week's schedule, Monday, Boys in the Back, Tuesday, the return of the MMA beat, Wednesday, a classic clips play out by Ariel Helwani, Thursday, Boys in the Back, Friday, the crack. So we'll be with you twice next week. We'll be with you on Monday. On that Monday show, we will be joined in studio by Al Iaquinta.
Raging Al Iaquinta, Long Island's #1 real estate agent, in studio, joining us for the program. Title challenger.
Title
Al
challenger,
Iaquinta.
fought Habib. If you want to submit voicemails, we're going to see if Al can stick around and listen to them. So
tag Al in the voicemail. Ask Al questions. Make the voicemails for Al. We'll also do a little Al Iaquinta related pound for pound list.
Yeah, we'll come up with
Raging
something
Al. It's going to be a great show, though. Not a ton going on this weekend. Not a ton to react to. Maybe there'll be some big breaking news. Who knows? But we're gonna have Raging Al Iaquinta in studio. Chop it up with him.
So hype.
Get some inner workings of Rick's home purchasing.
No, we're not
process.
gonna do
It's
that.
gonna be great. It's gonna be great stuff. Shout out to Raging Al, though. And you get us twice a week. Next week only.
For 1 week.
Yeah.
For 1 week.
You get us twice next week. I'm sure there's boo going on. Shout out to Raging Al, though.
That means 2 pound for pound list next week, huh?
Yeah.
Sucks for that last caller, huh?
I'm-
Gonna be a bad week.
I'm seeing Cross in the chat. He's saying Raging Al's coming in studio to fight GC for all the Long Island slander.
It's possible.
And a fight we shall have.
And to sell us each a house.
What's good, boys?
What's up, Jim?
It's your boy Bodkins.
God damn it! Every time I think I
fighting
put
through it on Saturday, battling the demons all the way through until he had to throw the white towel in, which got me thinking, boys. Would you rather be throwing up all day, or would you rather be pooping all day? Just what's the worst? What's the worst of the two evils? Shout out, boys. Have a blessed week. It's your boy Bodkins. We'll catch you later.
Shout out Bodkins.
Shout out to Bodkins. No brainer. downstairs dumping diarrhea all day over throwing up, man. Throwing up a one and done. I'm still taking diarrhea, but like, come on. Dude, throwing up is miserable, man.
Could you be leaving, man?
And the more
What if it was one and done throw up though versus like
a
real
whole
stomach
day worth of?
Oh, one and done throw up or a whole day? Oh, one and done throw up.
All right.
Throwing
That's
up
what I
isn't
thought you were
like
saying.
throwing up is not that bad. It takes like 10 seconds, and like you said, Frank, most of the time it is relieving. It's when it's like 10 times and it's all night, and then like each time you do it, it starts like kicking your ass, and you become so dehydrated, and it's just horrible by the end of it, and like you're literally like a corpse, and you're not sleeping. Like that's when it's terrible. But
The worst is when it works through you. So you started with that.
Oh,
you got over it. Stomach starts to hurt, and then now it's at the other end.
No, the actual
Both.
worst is when it's simultaneous.
Yeah,
and it's like you can't stop anything, and it's just like just gonna need a day there, boss. Just gonna need a day to recoup after that one. Yeah, he said all day though.
Yeah, I'm with you. Agreed.
Diarrhea and a big bottle of water will make it through.
What up, Double D? It's a slow week in
Johnny.
MMA for PFL and the UFC this week, so thought I'd do some looking to the future. First off, going to start short term. Ahead, we have next weekend. Made too much sense to do it this weekend. We are going to have the official debut of MMA Mailman Affliction. Now, there's been a lot of great call-ins all over the world, but I am pleased to announce our very first event is going to be in Australia. Yes, the announcement of MMA Pacific. It's a 4-man tournament. It's going to be only 4 fights, 8 fighters on this card. We have Kev the Roof Hunter Malone versus Clancy Postage Dew Murphy. Trevor Parcel Bomber Higgins versus Dean Return to Sender Foster. Waza Junk Mail Edwards versus Colin Stamped Out Frazier. And finally, the main event, Huey Postman's Knock Doyle versus Nige Air Mail Johnson. Now, looking farther ahead to the future, we have another great announcement. PFL Noche. Yes. It's a completely original idea. Of course, it is going to be taking place May 5th, 2026, the inaugural, that's a word, PFL Noche, to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. And every matchup on the card is going to be Mexico versus France. Okay. This week's Add Me Back Frank segment is sponsored by Aperture Science. Aperture Science.
Hey, shout out.
Who's brought you such amazing inventions as genetic life form and disk operating system. Aperture Science, we do what we must because we can. Frank, which of the Call of Duty series is your favorite? This question goes to anyone. I just assume Frank has played all of them. Let me know. Let me know what you think of MMA Pacific, and who would you like to see on PFL Noche? Thanks. Take it easy.
I know they're just like all-time caller there from Double D. The list, the being able, that's a promoter that knows his business. Being able to list off every mailman and their nickname just like that, rapid fire. He knows his fighters. He knows his mailmen.
He cares.
And then to come up with an idea on Cinco de Mayo like PFL Noche,
so smart.
A love letter to Mexico from Don Davis. That was. You've done it again, Double D. Bravo. Bravo. Call of Duty?
Frank, Call of Duty?
Actually, I don't fuck with Call of Duty.
Yeah,
I'm more of a
Warzone
Counter-Strike
bad.
kind of guy, but I do appreciate the call out to Portal. That was a great game.
Shout out to Portal. Yeah, Warzone for me, that brought me and a lot of friends together during the pandemic.
I was heavy on Call of Duty 4.
Right, like back 2006,
Back in the day.
2007? Yeah.
It might be after that.
It was right when Halo 3 came out. I remember
it was a little bit after that.
Like more popular than Halo. I was like, damn.
And then Modern Warfare 2, super heavy as well, but that's when I started to trail off. By Modern Warfare 3, I was completely out. So,
it's tough.
Call of Duty though, I was good.
Call of Duty's legendary.
That was really good.
I was a Halo guy when I was younger.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out to Halo.
Yo, it's your boy Aiden from Omaha, Nebraska. Shout out Bud Crawford after we had an amazing weekend. I was just wondering, I never heard anyone, I don't think I've ever heard everyone
do this before, but could I make a pound for pound list suggestion?
Please.
Because that's my favorite section.
Hey.
Y'all should do pound for pound show opening themes.
Yes.
That's not
and
bad.
yes, Frank, that includes anime.
Mm-hmm.
Love y'all boys. Have a good one. And don't listen to my first call. I fucked it up.
Show theme songs is pretty solid.
Gonna have to go listen to the first call because you fucked it up. I'm so in. A good theme can elevate a show.
Yeah. It's not a bad one.
It's not a bad one.
We need to have like a running list. We don't have it.
You know who isn't gonna make it? The Wire. If you've watched The Wire,
you know where
already
way down in the hole, and it like gets like progressively worse. It's like it's like shit. Yeah, I got some ideas churning in the old head though. That's a good one. That's an evergreen one. Take that one to the bank.
Yo, what's up, boys in the back, and Frank and Andy? This is an original 415 resident calling,
Hey,
Garrett
shout out to
from San
the Bay.
Francisco.
Shout out
Two
to the
things for
Yay.
you boys. First of all, tell Big AH to leave it alone with this Crawford Topuria beef. Crawford would piece this man up. He has no interest in fighting this guy. What does Topuria do for him? Number two, please answer me. What did Dana White actually bring to this promotion on Saturday? He did nothing. He was invited to stand up in the press conference. I don't think anybody bought Netflix because of his promotion. I'm curious how he can sit on his laurels. Anyways, thanks for taking the call, boys. See you later.
Right, like none of the fighters other than Callum Walsh really have much to do with Dana White.
Zuffa related.
Or like Zuffa boxing related. He really didn't do anything. What was that? Is the desk coming apart?
The skateboard fell down.
Oh, the skateboard fell.
But it
The ghost
landed.
of the set.
It landed it. That's all that matters.
Oh, sick. A little kickflip there. Yeah, he really didn't have he didn't really do that much. He was just sort of like a figurehead there to kind of beef up the promotion, I guess. But like in terms of actual promoting, we didn't get any rating.
Well,
defending.
During the week, he did more interviews than he's done in a while. So
That's
at
true.
least if you consider that, I don't know. I feel like Dana White's involvement elevated it to a certain degree because, again, Dana White is a notable figure and helps that. But, like, he did not seem super hands-on with it. I think we've all kind of, like, recognized and addressed that. We'll see what the actual Zuffa boxing looks like. That's when I'm interested in what Dana White's profile on this thing looks like.
That was it.
All right. Any
All
super
right.
chats?
Super chats. Yes, we do.
Sick.
How about my boy Diego Lopez? Not
Yeah.
gonna lie, he had me worried in the second, but seems like he was beating Silva. What do you boys think? P.S. Good on you for honoring the bet so quick.
Is that Nathan Garcia the one that you made the bet with, Rick? I think it is.
It is.
Thank you for the $10, brother. Great bet. Yeah, Diego Lopez is that big of a dog. Just seemed a little sus. Unbelievable. My fight of the year, I think. It's probably going to end up being obviously a few months left. But yeah, man. What can you say? Kid's a star. Kid is a star.
Yeah. It was a performance that lets you know, like, his toughness is going to be there and the skills are still there. It was a perfect performance by Diego. And to be honest, like, there were some moments for Jean Silva too. So I'm not like one of those guys who's like, fighting nerds are cooked. He is cooked. Like, I think that was a great fight between two great fighters, but Diego showed, like, through his toughness, he's going to be in every single fight.
Oh yeah. The doggedness in him, the chin on him. And then to get up there, throw up the double birds, then in the post fight just start yakking in the arena. Power move.
It's the cherry on top. Marvel vs. Capcom or SNK for the Dreamcast or PlayStation was great. Thank you, Tony.
Marvel vs. Capcom nearly made my list, but Kingdom Hearts felt like a little bit more of a like nostalgia bone hit.
Shout out Gamecast.
I don't like that. Is Connor Chandler and Kayla Amanda big enough?
Yes.
Fuck yes. Connor anybody.
If you get Conor McGregor on the card, it's big enough, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you have to understand that, like, casuals are not going to sit there on Tapology and comb through the prelims and the undercard. And, like, you just need the one fight, bro. That's all you need. And if Conor McGregor is one half of it, it's big enough.
Agreed.
And then lastly, Luke says that he'll be seeing Tool soon, hoping to meet Crawford.
We know Bud's a big fan.
Yeah, probably not going to meet Bud. But Frank, any words of advice for him seeing
Well,
Tool?
manage your expectations, as I don't know if Crawford will be going down to either Australia or New Zealand anytime soon. But if he is as big of a fan as he might be, then
You know
maybe
off
he will.
rip where they're touring, eh?
Yeah, you don't?
No.
All right. But then, yeah, a couple of things I already may have told him in the chat. Bring a buddy with you to go to the merch booth for you to grab your beers. Maybe consider a catheter or a diaper, just so you don't want to miss any moment of this.
Fucking catheter?
But it's actually funny is they do have an intermission because the guys are getting old, so they have to go to the bathroom themselves.
Why'd you have to say catheter, man? That shit makes my skin crawl. Gives me anxiety.
I see that. Are you all right there?
I mean, just imagining it is.
If you were on the verge of pissing yourself, you wouldn't go to the bathroom at the concert?
I can't miss this song. I've already seen 19
it's
times.
Hyperbolic, guys. Come on.
I don't believe in hyperbole. Thank you to everyone for calling in. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you for watching. Don't forget. Okay, I guess you can play us out. This one's long. It's all good. Do not forget. Crack tomorrow. Ariel away for Rosh Hashanah. We will be hosting on Monday. Unfortunately, sorry. That's what you get. You get the boys in the back on Monday, but you get it with Ragin' Al Iaquinta right here in studio. Not only a legend of the game, but also Long Island's #1 realtor. He will be chilling with the boys in the back. Leave your voicemails for him. Leave your super chats for him. It's going to be fantastic. 2 Helwani specials, a little... What is it? Beat? The beat?
The beat.
The MMA beat is reincarnated as the beat, and then you get a classic clips throwback. I feel like we did the camera fade a little bit too early.
Yeah, well,
and
sorry,
then you get us again on
she's in a
Thursday.
rush.
We'll be previewing Perth, and then the crack, and then we're back to your regular scheduled program. Thanks for watching. See you next week.